Hey, everybody, I'm Mike.
I'm Tim.
I'm Seppy.
Yes.
And I'm Mark.
And this is the Board Game Rundown, and we are live from our basements because we cover games from top to bottom. It is Wednesday, everybody. How are we all doing?
I'm doing even better that we finally got Seppy on. And Mark. Mark's great too, but I just met him. I know Seppy a little bit more, so no offense, Mark, but I am excited that Seppy's here.
It's really, and when you said from top to bottom, I wanted to go from Tim to Mike, but that's a very inside joke.
I did not. Our inside joke is that me and Tim literally stream from our basements, our mom's basements, naturally. We did not ask if you are in a basement. It certainly does not look like so.
No, I'm on the lowest level of our apartment building, though. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe they don't do basements in Minnesota, but
they do.
Okay.
They do, and they also did 50 degrees today, which is freaky.
It's warmer than here. It got up.
You said 50 degrees?
High 30s.
Yeah.
Windows open.
Wow.
Yeah, we have the windows open.
Wow. Yeah, it's usually like, I don't know. It was like 35, maybe 40 one time today. So
you guys are
heat
wearing
wave for us in January.
I am wearing shorts. We covered my lack of pants. Yes, I'm wearing shorts.
Oh, you too, huh? Wow.
Exactly.
At least that makes three of us.
Yeah, I came down in my old man cardigan and was like, I'm taking this off. Because the basement is cold.
All over.
I am so excited to be on. One of my highlights for Gen Con this year was playing processing introducing you all to processing and then you guys playing it. Yeah, so that's great. For folks who need that level of shenanigans, we should grab the other boxes.
It does have some shenanigans.
So, do we want to talk about February 6th, a day that will live in infamy, or what do we?
Yes.
How are we supposed to do this? Be gentle with me, Tim and Mike. This is my first time, and that's clearly not the first time I've said that. But,
wow.
He handed it to me. It's like my baby. It's so cute. Yeah. Okay. We're doing.
So what do you got there, Seppy?
This is 6.5 pounds of awesome. This is Conquest Princess Fashion is Power, which is our co-op bag building space epic where you use the power of fashion and friendship to overcome galactic tyranny. Yep. I got all the words out of my face. It's fantastic.
That's a lot of words.
It is like any fight in a box game, smarter than you think, and the theme being crazy is a bonus. So, Tim, did you like Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I loved it.
If I told you that movie was about a mother coming to terms with her daughter being her own person, her sexuality, would you have gone to see that movie? Because that's really what that movie's about.
It really is what that movie's about. And I might have still watched it if I had seen the trailer, but I might have also been like, maybe not aimed at me.
Right? Or if I told you a moment between two rocks with googly eyes was going to make you cry, would you believe me or have avoided the movie?
Oh, well, I wouldn't have avoided the movie because I'm the kind of person that's like, I got to see whatever the hell he's talking about. Like Seppy might have been on acid when he saw that.
Okay. So, Mike, how did you like the Barbie movie?
I have not seen the Barbie movie.
Lady Wakanda? Never mind. I will turn that question around for you as well. So, if you think those level of surprises where theme can like take you to a new place that you did not expect that you'd love, this is it. And you don't have to take my word for it. You can take amazing board gaming critics who said, I wasn't going to play this game. They made me play this game. I'm so glad they made me play this game. Like, Mike from One Stop Co-op was like, I don't know. And then he's like, I tried this out. And he's like, oh my God, I'm so glad that I tried this game. This game is fantastic, blah, blah, blah. I made him drink the Kool-Aid, Tim.
I think probably around a year ago, Mike, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but like West was like, have you heard of Conquest Princess? And we're like, what? And he's like, no, you must. You must. I think he had a prototype because when he was working with Quack, and he's like, I got to get you guys to play this game. And then life gets in the way. We just never were able to align our chakras and get together. But but I have been like sort of fascinated with the concept of this game ever since Wes started telling us about it. And then I got to talk to you about it. Even if you just went with the mechanics alone, right? Like bag building, co-op, space epic, like that kind of stuff. I'm like, I'm listening. And then you add in, like, I personally love wild genre bending, envelope pushing themes in movies and games and all that stuff. And that is why I enjoy processing so much.
That's amazing. We love ourselves some Easter eggs.
Yeah. Go on.
Seppy Yoon, have you ever seen the sci-fi classic Barbarella?
Yes.
I know Tim has. Tim and I can connect on things like Ed Wood.
We do.
Certainly, if you've seen anything in and around that guy, you've seen Barbarella. But Tim, what about you?
Oh, Barbarella? Or what? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Mike, what about you? Have you seen Barbarella?
Oh, I have not. I'm super limited on movie knowledge.
Trust me. Mike, as a teenage boy, if you were 13 and you discovered Barbarella, you would have seen Barbarella.
Right. So we talked about the Barbie movie, and then we talked about Barbarella. And let's talk about where those two intersect. And those two intersect in the fact that Jane Fonda is one of the few humans on the planet who actually had most unrealistic physical Barbie proportions.
Oh, sure.
And she shows it all in the very first scene of the costume changes for Barbarella. Okay. And
how do you spell that movie title? Just asking for a friend.
For a friend. I still have the VHS somewhere, Mike. It might be a little worn in places.
And I, like any respectable gay man, became immediately obsessed with her and her 13 different in-plot costume changes that happened during that movie, Mike.
Wow. Yeah, she's wearing a lot of different garb in these photos.
And some of it see-through.
Yeah, some of it is very see-through, and some of the ones. So Jane Fonda obviously had a lot of different relationships with media and all this kind of stuff in and around her, or whatever it is. And at one point in time, she's flipped her script back for this because now it's become a thing about female empowerment. She had apologized for that movie, and I'm like, I love that movie. Don't take Duran Duran away from me. So, Mike, are you familiar with the band Duran Duran?
Of course.
That they get their name from this movie / book. It's fantastic. So, this was something that I had always wanted to make. When I was as a little boy dressing up like Linda Carter's Wonder Woman for Halloween, I'm like, I need to make this game. My entire life has put me on the path for this type of nerdy, and I'm here for it. It is only taken me 9 years, Mike.
Out of just sheer curiosity, are there any robots in that movie?
Barbarella? Yes, they're called Leathermen.
I don't know if that's a spoiler, but it was worth asking.
I mean,
spoiler.
The Leathermen are quite real in that, and they're also these tiny evil doll robots that eat people. Yeah, there's robots in that. Yeah.
So that being said, if you're going to be here next Wednesday with us, we're going to have Seppy back, and we're doing a top 5 robots.
10. So we're going to do 10.
10. Top 10 robots. You know what's funny is, I have robots that you guys haven't heard of. I can guarantee it.
For TV and movies?
No.
I did. Tim and I went back and forth very strictly on what is counted in on this.
Video games would not count?
Tim?
here's the thing. Mike does not have he has not dedicated his life to movies and the arts like you and I have, Seppy. So I'm willing to give him video games because I want Mike to be able to have a robust list.
Okay.
And you know, so it's like
great.
it's sort of like if I'm playing movie trivia with anybody, they gotta handicap me, right?
Oh, no, that's great. All
so I feel like to give Mike, like, to have you know, really let Mike shine, you know, we're gonna give Mike widened parameters. Seppy, you and I, you know, we discussed the rules of the duel, and we're gonna go right through.
Also understand that Tim is the king of arbitrary lists. So we're
hold on. We had
I didn't even see that comment. Wow.
We had a top 5 food games. Okay, Seppy, you'll appreciate this. One of the games on my list included processing because you're deciding what to eat.
Yeah.
And they give me a hard time because most of my games involve people getting eaten on my food games list.
So that was the day we discovered Tim as a closet cannibal.
I mean, if you're going to be in the closet for something.
You know, the weirdest claim to fame for me as a game designer, right? You heard it. Have you guys heard this? Conquest Princess is our 6th title. Every one of our titles has cannibalism in it.
Nice.
Wait, is there cannibalism in End of the Line? I haven't played it yet. I own it, but I haven't played it yet.
I own it because it sounds like a conveyor belt of humans.
There's a card called By Soylent Means, Tim. Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. There's another called Feed the Children of the Corn.
Most excellent. Love it.
So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait. Doesn't
how
this
you
do
get
something?
Cannibalism into Hedgehog Hop, however, that is a trick. Yeah, that was a trick.
Okay. So obviously we're going to jump into a tabletop simulator play of this. One of the reasons you've timed it for today is because you have an upcoming Kickstarter for a mini expansion, correct?
Yes, it's an expansion deck. It's actually like, as far as components, it's not component heavy, but as far as content goes, it doubles the content in the game.
Oh, wow.
It's a 1 deck of cards that doubles the content of the game. Because one of the things that I was most proud of, and you're going to see this when we play through it, is we designed Conquest Princess to be modular. So if you learn, Mike, how one of the battlegrounds works, you can always have the knowledge of how that battlegrounds works whenever you see that battleground show up in the combination of battlegrounds.
Okay.
And so it does mean that every time we would do like a full expansion, for us, a full expansion would include a new battleground. You like not quite exponentially, but not quite logarithmically, but definitely multiple magnitudes times. Every time a battleground is added to the combo of battlegrounds, it massively increases the potential for new content in and around the title. It's crazy.
Gotcha.
The modular design for the game is one of the things I'm most proud of, and you don't realize it's there until you experience it. Just like the googly eyes. Just like the googly eyes.
Googly eyes.
The googly eyes.
I did drop the link for this Kickstarter in here for anybody that wants to save the project, much like I've done here because I practice what I preach.
Oh, thank you, Mike.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
Now, this is also an opportunity, right, for people to back the full game as well and not just get this cool deck of cards with awesome art.
Yeah, it's the last opportunity for a couple of things. Mark, do you want to talk about what it's the last opportunity to actually do too?
For the extras too?
Yeah.
So in addition to the big box and Night of the Necropede, we have all these, we're calling them deluxe upgrades. We have some that we can show.
You're gonna love this, Mike. Box farts.
Box farts.
Farts.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you show those.
Okay. So one of the upgrades, which is really exciting, so the big box comes with tiles.
Yeah.
In a regular tile bag.
Mm-hmm.
The fancy version of it.
This is the normal bag. Okay. We're gonna update the graphic of it.
The
get the balloons going.
version is gonna come in a bag like this, sort of pouch style.
Yeah, for those big hands.
I was gonna say
cushy feel. Like, look at that. Feel that cushiness.
Yeah. Can you hear it?
I can hear it.
Ooh.
And Mike's got gorilla paws, so he needs a big pouchy bag to get that whole bear claw in there.
Nice, starburst.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The Kickstarter page has a graphic of those falling down ASMR style that will make you go, I need that in my life. It is also one of the ways, if you're going to play that with other folks, it's one of the ways that you can make your copy more like you have to reach into this bag a lot to make this sound, right? You have to reach into this bag a lot to get these various tiles. And if you play it a lot, cardboard tiles will wear out pretty quick. But that's what comes standard in the bag. Okay.
So in addition to that, there's a set of acrylic
Whoa.
minis.
Love
Nice.
the acrylic.
So you get
Yes.
plus all the bad guys. And then the fanciest of all is the light and coins upgrade, which puts glowing lights under custom standees of your
What?
Yeah.
Damn. You thought those sound bases
What?
underneath your dwellings of Eldervale were cool. Well, hold on to your corsets. That's a lot better.
Right?
Oh,
I know.
And all right, so I love components that inform design and board state. And one of the things about the game that this helps out a lot is since the game is about sharing fashion and friendship, this allows you to see who successfully got their transformation going on, right? And so there's also another set of special acrylics that we made, that we upgraded this set between the two crowdfunds, where now you get to see an interpretation of their transformations. And Tim, I would like you. Oh no, Mike, you're the video game person. I would like you to see which references that we have when you look at it later on.
Nice.
Like we need a light kit. I like it.
But that also comes with like these really cool metal coins too for
Nice.
to take your actions, and a big first player badge to show you that you're part of the tiara or the pet core.
Yeah.
We're turning with that light. We're turning this into a rave. Does it come with a soundtrack that includes all techno?
It does. It really does. All right, so Conquest
If Sandstorm's not on it, I'm disappointed.
Conquest Princess does have an 8-bit soundtrack already that you can check out from co-designer Patrick Yang. And we published all of those to our
YouTube, the
first set to our YouTube. You can also hear them on our Instagram and so forth and whatnot. So, yeah. So it has
Fight in the Box on YouTube.
What's that? We are Fight in the Box almost everywhere, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Iroquois City while I play with those bits is what I want to do.
Game.
You should check out Rami on YouTube if you haven't already, Tim.
Okay.
There is a set of like revival and revisionist techno that is cuckoo bananas. It's a wonderful vibe. It's people like discovering like late 90s, early aughts techno and putting like modern house and deep trance like spin on, and it's fantastic. I would highly recommend that.
You said it's Rami on YouTube?
ROMY, yeah. I'll send you a link to it later too, but I would check.
Yeah.
This
do
is
that
because we're gonna do this together, like a family.
Oh,
not my family.
I love,
but you're hopefully functional family. So
anytime I can add background music to a game, I do it. If a game comes with it, I'm playing with music every time.
All right, so you should do that for Mouse, Cheese, Cat, Cucumber, which is the most overproduced $13.50 in gaming. Okay, so Conquest Princess, the Night of the Necropede expansion is definitely in the flavor of our small box series of games, which is more content than you could ever imagine from this. Mike, if you were a crowdfunding person, if you crowdfunded this game, Mike, you see this?
Yep.
How many pages of content do you think we gave you in the form of RPGs? Because it came with its own RPG, campaign and solo play.
How many pages of content could you fit into that box?
Not into this box, additional content. And though the pages of the additional content are like this size, like twice the size, like.
Oh, I don't know how to guess.
It's a trap, Mike. It's a trap.
I know.
For your taste buds. Tim, we've talked about this before. You remember?
I don't remember how many, but I remember being wrong when I guessed.
All right, so do you want to guess wrong again?
Yeah, let me just go. Let's lowball and just say 5.
Okay, Tim, how do you do? What are you thinking?
Mike, what do you got, Mike? I said 5.
8 pages of content. I'll go 50.
It's 230 pages.
Mike's face is worth it. It's worth it.
So the RPG itself is 50 pages, right?
Yeah.
And it has 2 supplemental books that you got for backing the project.
Each 50 pages.
Each 50 pages. So it's 150 pages just for the RPG, which is fantastic. It's called the Mechanical Corners RPG. And we did that as a stretch goal.
Yeah.
And we're never doing that again.
Well, we did it as a stretch goal.
We liked it too much.
Yeah.
I was homeless. I didn't have anything to do. All right, and then the solo campaign rules for this, because there's 3 solo modes that combine them to make a campaign. That is an additional 80 pages, and then the individual solo modes are not even included in that. So we're over 230 pages of content. So hold up the Conquest Princess. So this game, I promise you, fantastic.
We'll be the judge of that.
I don't know if I'm ever going to make we're not going to make a box that big again. I don't know.
Like, a pretty big box.
Yeah, like Tim, you're holding up End of the Line, right? We sold out of that one in 2016, 2017. And we are never going to make that version of the game again. Like, so when you're saying the last chance to get stuff, certainly it is definitely the last chance for the light kit. We can't do that again. We're not going to do the big mat again. That mat is too huge. The mat it's insane. Absurd. It is absurd. So, the mat of unusual size. The MOUS.
Yes.
The mouse. We're not doing that again. The art plates we've already stopped. The art plates are done as of Monday. You can find, we made stainless steel art. We're not doing that again. What else are we never doing again? It's a good question. But if you like indie voices and you want a game with a theme like nothing else, and that critics agree, you should look past the theme because you realize it informs all the mechanics. And you will have a fantastic time, just like Everything Everywhere All at Once or the Barbie movie. This might be the game for you.
Hold on. I'm going to just correct one thing you said, Seppy. I'm going to say, don't look past the theme. Embrace the theme. Get over it. Embrace the theme and enjoy a game. Just play a game and enjoy it. I mean,
Tim.
So sorry, so I don't want to contradictory, Seppy.
I also wanted to ask if Tim got like one of the last copies. Does that mean he was at the end of the line of people picking up End of the Line?
No, I have a few left because the person at the end of the line gets nothing.
Oh yeah,
sweet. I know.
So I wasn't at the end of the line.
No, the person at the end of the line gets nothing. That's literally like the core concept of the game. The person at the end of the line gets nothing.
And I'm sorry, I don't know who our Facebook user was. You have to tell us.
I will say that there is a chance maybe you might be able to get some of these very cool Seppy games at Gen Con. We'll see. If you come visit us.
If you guys want to do, like, I have a secret vault where I keep secret objects. We could figure something out.
Oh, wow.
But this guy was our first big box game, and I've made a lot of bad choices in my life, but this one, I love doing this kind of shenanigans. Yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah, Conquest Princess is is great. But I think it was even like much bigger than we thought it was. I think we did it.
for sure.
Yeah. It's not the boondoggle. Oh, by the way, did I mention that Mouse Cheese Cat Cucumber had an art novella?
Oh, yeah.
We made 70 of them. We hand signed, we wax sealed them, and it has an original narrative that we might publish something about, but that's nowhere else in the game. It was a love letter to our super fans who went to this level, and it is a art book that has all the prints from the game plus extra news foldouts plus and it's an epistemological novel like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Oh, wow. Now, Seppy, please
It is.
tell me you don't have to be homeless to keep creating games, right? You can create games while...
No, I'm creating games so I go back to being homeless, Tim. That's what people
Well, at least if you don't sell any of the games, you'll have plenty of cardboard. So
That's true.
Whoa.
And
I'm
lighting.
not burning my babies, Tim. I will use them as a house maybe or an igloo, but I'm not burning shit.
We did say anything would go before this started, so I'm just giving you a hard time. I am looking forward to this.
Mike's a monster.
Mike is a monster. Mike, why would you do that?
Oh, I love how red we've been able to make Mike.
Now I'm marking.
Okay, Mike, I'm sorry.
You
Please
guys
continue.
are we jumping into this teach?
Let's do it.
Well, we could. I'm enjoying chatting it up. I keep on flipping your names because of my dyslexia, but everybody knows I love Tim best, so. It's the cannibalism.
So here's the thing, Mike, is it's only because he barely knows me. Once he gets to know me better and he gets to know you, he'll probably like you best, like most people. But for now, I'm going to take this on the surface level.
No, I love the land of misfit toys. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. Oh
I will take that backhanded compliment and embrace it and be my own.
I don't want to make toys. I want to be a dentist. Mark hates those. He absolutely hates those. It's that and pickles. He and I cannot find I understand vanilla ice cream. I'm a chocolate person, but you like vanilla. That's good. But I cannot understand how you do not like the
Rankin Bass.
Yeah,
Rankin and Bass.
Yeah, I don't know how they just don't do it for you.
Controversial statement, right? I do like Rankin and Bass, but I never got into any of the Peanuts holiday specials. I just can't do it.
I'm in Minnesota. If I said anything contrary to that, people would literally come through my window and
right, not because of your beliefs, but because of your stance on Schultz.
Peanuts.
On Peanuts.
Yeah, Schultz. That's definitely the case, and I think that's in the state constitution.
Well, the good thing is you would immediately get moved to either South Dakota or maybe over to Wisconsin, depending on where you're.
No, I could flee. I could flee to the land of cheese in under 40 minutes.
Well, then you're shunned if you say anything derogatory about cheese. So,
I literally do not tell people that I'm lactose intolerant or even try to poop while I'm driving through. It just. I don't want them to catch me, Mike. I don't want them to catch me. They're very suspicious.
Those Wisconsinites are famously suspicious.
No, me and the Wisconsinites completely overlap in beer. Oh my God, those people love beer, and I love them and their beer. Okay. All right. Mike, are you ready for this?
Yes. I wish I would have brought a light and cool.
Are you driving for Tim, or am I driving for everybody who's not you?
Let me figure out that's actually a better layout. We're gonna go with that.
You should definitely be using your mouse wheel to zoom in on your individual characters that we're doing stuff with.
Yep.
Zoom in. All right. So I'm gonna be purple. Mike's gonna be blue. Tim, do you want to be red or green?
I'm fine with either one. Mark, which color do you prefer?
That's what he would say. That's why I asked you first.
Okay, I'll be green.
All right, so you're gonna be green.
I always knew he was going to pick green.
I mean, green is my favorite color, but I would, defer to a guest first.
All right, so we're gonna let Mike be first. And do you prefer to know all the rules, or do you prefer learn as you play, Mike and Tim?
Would like to know the rules, and then we can fill in from there.
All right, okay. Generally, I am the world's worst person to teach a game because I'm a learn as you play. Like, if you start teaching me, trying to teach me rules, I hear the Peanuts characters, wah, 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 wah. That's all I hear. But I will give you the overview of where we are and the rule flavor and you can tell me. Let's start when you're ready. Okay, Mike?
Yeah. Even just like turn structure is for me a good place to start.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you all.
Get into your overview.
We're gonna start with the goal. Like in Conquest Princess, everything is mission based, and so to complete our mission, this first mission, Mike, is called the Captain Ashi Marooned. Okay.
Kobayashi Maru.
Like, this is how I know Tim is my favorite, and Mike's like, what is that? You said nonsense words. You and your nonsense words. What is wrong with you? So in the Captain Ashi Marooned, we have Captain Ashi, who's this guy here, and he has been infected with space madness by the forces of the fashion tyrant Mugaga. Okay? And so our job is to get Captain Ashi to the Mendery, cure him of his space madness, and then have one of the agents magically girl transform. Mike, that's going to be you. I hope you're ready for your magical girl transformation.
I am.
All right, so that's the goal. All right? So everybody on their turn is going to have 4 action coins. If you want to zoom in on your fashion plate and wrist blaster, you can do it, Mike. These are your action coins. And since blue's going first, your turn starts by taking something called a starter if you have one. Now, your powers are granted to you by fashion, and everybody starts with one piece of fashion called their core suit. Blue's core suit does have a starter, and we'll talk about that in a second. But you asked for general turn structure. So what's going to happen on your turn, Tim, is you're going to take one of your action coins and spend them in one of the 3 locations, basically choosing what your action is. This section of the wrist blaster is called your actionometer. Actionometer.
Actionometer.
The actionometer. So if you want to take a move action, you would slide this here, and then you would move over to your character over here. And since you're blue, you look like this. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. And a move action can be one of 2 things at this point. You can either move to another section of the ship. That seems really simple, right? Okay. There's nodding. All right. And or move one of these tiles back to the Bag of Destiny. Mark, what is the Bag of Destiny?
The Bag of Destiny is a shared bag filled with hits, misses, and critical fails that we all draw from when we shoot.
All right. So you see this tile right here? Those blue hits, and it's by the symbol, not the outer side. If I pulled that to shoot a bad guy, I would destroy them. If I pulled one of these miss tiles from the bag, my attack would not hurt them, and nothing would happen. And if I pulled one of these critical fails out of the bag, I instead would take damage. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So you only pull from the Bag of Destiny when you attack. And attack is the second action so it's this row. So if I spend an action coin to attack, I can blast away anybody who's in the same section of the tiara. And by the way, that's the name of our ship and our organization. Mike, what does the word tiara stand for, or the organization tiara stand for?
That's interesting because that was my question.
It stands for, yeah, you ready?
Yes.
The Temporal Intergalactic Armed Response Agency.
Nice.
Yes. Now, Tim, do you remember what the Conquest Princess actually is?
No.
It is your giant robot.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
This giant robot is the Conquest Princess, and Mike, it is the most powerful weapon for justice in the galaxy. And since you're brand new recruits, and we're in the Captain Ashi Maroon tutorial mission, we are not going to play with the Conquest Princess yet in the storyline. That would be like giving a mouse a hand grenade. You just wouldn't do that. All right.
I agree that Tim looks like a mouse.
I also agree that you shouldn't give me a hand grenade.
Yes, we all agree that no one should give. Can't believe you broke the wall like nudge nudge wink. We're talking about Tim, but thank you for that. So the last action that you get to take is called a type of action you can take is called an engage. An engage basically allows you to activate the special ability of the place that you're in. Okay, that would be determined by these spaces here. Okay, so every space can have its own superpower, and an engage allows you to do that. Now, you cannot engage if a bad guy's in the same section of the ship as you, and if you do so, it will end your turn, so you won't be able to spend any more action coins. Are we cool with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you need to learn more, Mike? Or do you want to start by letting me give you some ideas of what you should try out, and then you can learn as you do them?
Yeah, I think I got enough to go on.
Okay, let's do it.
So we want to move into the area with these dudes and blast away.
Yeah.
But we want to build our bag by going and picking up those tiles, right?
Yeah, you could do that too. All right. So if you could please, and this is going to be the best way for you to learn this, start, Mike, by taking a move action to join Mark in comms.
I'm not in comms. Oh, I am. Yeah, Red in comms.
Yeah, go join Red in comms. So this is you. Take a move action there. Boom. That's fantastic. Now, I would also like you to take a move action to move the tile that is in comms right here. That's called a hitbox. And move it, and I'm going to move this over here for you, whoop, and drop it into the bag of destiny as your second move.
Dropping
Okay, so now you got to see both types of move action. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, please take an attack action to blast this bad guy. But now I'm going to explain two things, which is fashion and friendship. Mike, are you ready for both those things?
I am. Let me make sure that attack action is official.
All right.
Official.
So whenever one of the sizzles for this game, and what makes it very different than other co-op games are, you share all the special abilities belonging to any other agent in your space. So if you look here, go mouse over this and then hit Alt so you zoom in.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Since you are in Red space with Red's consent, because consent is mandatory and sexy, you can say, hey, Red, can I use your rage plate?
Can I use your rage plate?
There we go.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what does the rage plate do, Mike?
The rage plate. Your first attack with this core suit each turn. Draw 2 tiles, choose one, return the other.
All right.
I have a better chance of hitting now.
So now instead of pulling 1 tile, please pull 2 tiles with Red's help. Go ahead and do that. Pull another one and we'll flip it over. And would you like to miss or miss?
I'll take miss for 1,000, Alex.
All right. So anytime a tile leaves the bag of destiny, it either blows up a bad guy or ends up in mental load. Okay. So this game is autobiographical, Mike and Tim, because all of my games are autobiographical. Whenever anything bad happens to you, you hold on to it. And so go ahead and take this tile that you chose and put it in your load area.
Wow.
And we're gonna talk, and that's actually a good thing because now it's out of the bag and no longer has next time you draw, you'd have less chance of getting misses.
The bad, yeah.
Yeah, the bad thing. So if you could also alt and look over your own core suit, and we were supposed to do that during the starter part of your phase, and we'll talk about that next. Your core suit is here.
Oh yes, sorry. I was
you're great.
I was marveling at my my tabletop simulator achievement I just hit as we were playing. So
yeah,
there you go.
If
Slipstream
virtual
match.
people aren't rewarding you for being awesome, why does life matter?
Starter, take a power cube from the Titan field.
All right, so
Hopefully
these
it's
are power cubes, and this is the Titan field. And where do you think it goes on your on your wrist blaster, Mike?
Ooh, I'm not sure. Are they bad? Because if so, I assume I will carry their burden for eternity.
Yeah, you will for this demo, but
Okay.
they're not bad.
Well done, Mike.
Okay, so when you get 4 power cubes, and your actionometer reads like this: move, shoot, and engage. That's for you. Everybody has their own. You will throw a fireball across the screen. No, I mean you will magically girl transform.
Okay.
Does that make sense? You need 4 power cubes, and your actionometer needs to read move, shoot. And I was trying to get you to do that, but you missed. And why can't you engage now, Mike?
I'm not sure.
Because there's a bad guy in your section of the ship.
Okay, and I missed him.
Why don't you shoot again? When in doubt, Mike, blast him out.
That's true. And any just hit will eliminate one?
Yep.
Okay.
That's how powerful your weapons are, made from the Titan field, the creative fabric of the universe.
Okay. I forget how to flip. Control? What?
Oh, it gets even better. Oh, I love that. Go ahead and drop that right there.
Ooh.
You have critically failed this team and this mission. Good job. So now
another token that'll be in my casket.
Yeah, I will. And so this will now, you will lose an armor patch. That's an armor patch. Go ahead and take it off your wrist blaster. And yeah, you're down 1 armor patch now because you took damage for critically failing.
Ugh.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now you could use your power cube to engage this final column, but we want you to magically girl transform. Oh, these have too many power cubes. It's a tutorial mission. We'll get rid of these guys.
One more.
No, he's got 1.
4.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Gotta do this. Sorry about that. All right. Okay. And there we go. So we want you to be the person, Mike, to magically girl transform. So we're going to have you hang on to that power cube. And there's a number of ways for you to get more power cubes, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. How do you feel about your turn, Mike?
Well, I have 2 bad things to hang on to. And I got to use somebody else's power. So middling.
All right, I understand. That's great. All right, so Mark, it is now your turn, right? You're red?
Yep.
All right.
I'm going to be bad. I'm going to use blue starter since we're in the same spot, if that's okay with you.
Yep.
All right, we do that.
Power cube.
That goes over here.
All right, I'm going to shoot.
Okay, go ahead and you shoot. That drops there. We shuffle this up. We pull 2 tiles from the bag. Hey!
Take that hit.
All right, so this is how hitting somebody works. See this bad guy? they'll be going back to the sideboard. And do you see this hit now?
Yep.
Takes their place.
Seeding
this-
the board.
Yes, making the bag worse.
I'm going to take a risk,
Oh, you
and
are.
I'm going to move into the Mendery.
Okay. You move into the Mendery. So you take a move action, move into the Mendery.
I'm going to take another shot.
You can take another shot. Okay.
He's feeling good.
He's feeling good. He's feeling powerful. Hey.
Hey, wow.
Okay.
Oh, so Mike, that's how you get hits, dude.
Oh.
Okay, it's fantastic.
I'm going to move back to comms,
Okay, move back to comms, and
I'm
you're
going to
gonna.
use that to engage.
All right, that's fantastic. But it's like like how this tutorial works. So now this is gonna move here, and now please, Mike, for our viewers, can you
Yes.
alt over this section? All right. So in the Captain Ashi Marooned, the ship starts loaded with bad guys mid-fight. You jump like the time agents of the Tiara are mid-fight. It's just like the day after tomorrow. What's it? Edge of Tomorrow. It's just
Edge of
like Edge of Tomorrow. Okay, so you're dropped in mid-fight, and these things are already blown up, and that is why they are red. But normally, when the ship is functional, they are green and have extra abilities. And so, what is the engage ability that is said on this part of the ship, which is called comms?
Telemetry 2, return all tiles on the Tiara to the bag.
So telemetry means how much our time ship can see into the future, and we're going to talk about that later. And now that means we have 2 cards in there. That's great. But the engage ability, which is by the engage symbol, says scoop up all these awesome tiles and drop them back into the bag, which is really good for our bag of destiny. Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Being a team player.
We're just a team player. Yay! All right, Tim. Now that you are on this end of the pool,
Oh
this
boy.
is you. Okay. What is your first action that you would like to take down here with your wrist blaster?
I feel like well, what is my special ability, I guess? Just so I have an
Tim,
idea.
you're a genius. That is the very first thing you should check. Yes, thank you so much.
And I'm done. I peaked for the night. I'll never get better than that.
All right, night, Tim. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next week.
Now it is too small on my screen for me to read, so I'll need somebody to read that.
I'll
for
read
me.
it for you. Your
Yes,
first
Engage
does not end your turn.
Okay. So I need to go somewhere and engage. Sounds like.
Or
Or
you can start repairing the ship from engineering, because that's where repairs happen.
let's do that. So
All
I need
right.
to take a move action to move to a damaged area.
No, that's
Oh,
a great
okay.
thing that you asked. So, how did you like Farscape, Tim?
Oh, you know what? I haven't seen Farscape. I know.
Okay.
I'm going to disappoint you many times.
Wow, Tim. Wow.
No. Yeah. Mark's disappointed. That's
Okay,
fair.
though.
How about
Oh, my.
Doctor Who?
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a living ship.
Right.
You cannot affect repairs by going to them Star Trek style with your nano gun, right? You instead go to the heart of the ship and help it, like encourage it where and how to heal. So all repairs in our living ship, the Tiara, which is the name of our organization, but all our ship, all the repairs happen in engineering.
Okay.
So the engage for engineering is right here. If Mike would please zoom in on that so you can see it or read it to you.
Yes, do both.
Yes. Repair engineering.
Yes. And now you cannot engage yet because there's a bad guy in your section
wow.
of the ship. Your section of the ship, Tim. So it's a long day. So Tim, what do you do when in doubt?
Well, we must shoot when in doubt, right? Shoot the bad
blast
guy.
them out. You gotta blast them out. So we're gonna start by letting you take a shoot action by moving your coin here, and then since Mike knows you way better, we're gonna have him shuffle up this bag and pull for you because he did such a good job pulling before.
Yeah, Mike, gently reach into that pouch.
Oh, wow.
And pull out a hit, sir.
The bag of disappointment.
Oh, yeah, nice job.
When in doubt, blast them out. I love
Let
it.
it out, blast them out.
They weren't no engineer.
Okay.
No.
All right. What would you like to do next, Tim?
Well, since I've already shot first, I guess now we need to repair, right? So we
You are
are
just like Han Solo. Thank you for
exactly,
shooting first.
exactly. Greedo
All
never even shot. That's some bullshit. It was only ever Han. That's it.
That is some bullshit. I thought, like me in the theater, like, wow, who is this bad man in a vest? I want to be like that guy. That's clearly like, like that guy. All right, so you are going to, what would you like to do? Would you like to engage, move? You can't shoot anymore because you blasted all the bad guys with Mike's help. Mike, good assist on blasting that bad guy, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
I'm glad Mike consented to reach into my sack and pull out a hit. Is the terminology to repair? Oh, do I need to engage then with the engineering section? Then let's do that. And my first one doesn't count as an action. First one's free.
No, it doesn't end your turn.
Oh, it doesn't end my turn.
Okay, so Mike, if you could perform the engage action of engineering, which is repair. Okay, this is how repairs work, Tim. You take, if you see this and it's red, you go find the off-go. This is going to be, we're going to fix this, by the way. This color and this color are too close in this.
Oh, sure.
But basically, you're looking for the gold version of it, which is this side, because green means go. This is supposed to be green. Gold means damaged, and then red means super blasted. Okay? So now you saw that it got itself a new engage ability. Mike, what is our new engage ability for engineering?
Repair any ship sector except comms.
Now you can use, yes, before the very first thing, when engineering is critically damaged, all you can do is repair engineering. But now you can repair everywhere in the ship except for comms, and comms is not damaged, so that's really good. What would you like to do with your next action, Tim?
I feel like I should repair another part of the ship, since
I think that's good, but maybe optimize your action.
Oh, right, because I've got some other actions left, and that the next one will end my turn, right?
Yeah. So why don't you grab this and put it back in the bag? Like, sack maintenance is important. You should listen to your wife.
So what I need to do then, what I want to do without any coaching at all, is to refill the bag, because sack maintenance is important.
Don't forget to manscape, Tim.
Yeah, manscape. Oh, speaking of which, just so you know, all the characters in Conquest Princess are female or non-binary. So their pronouns are different than our pronouns. All the agents of the Sierra are female or non-binary. So if you have that like kick-ass Wonder Woman in your life, or a young girl, and you wanted to give them a game where they could see themselves as the hero, this could be the game that you play with them. I know you like West Todd, and West, he's like, my daughter and I will play this because she needs to kick some more space ass.
Hey, I've got a 12-year-old daughter, so
this could be a good, this could be a good deviation from the normal diet of cannibalism to something that is still has cannibalism in it, but is more subtle. It was more subtle. Yes. Okay, that's great. You used the move action to return that tile to the bag. Excellent job, Tim. Yes. What would you like to do now?
Now, do I need to move back to engineering? Can I move back to engineering so then I can do that?
Engineering this entire time, Dorothy.
Let me click my heels 3 times. Okay, how many actions do I have left? I apologize.
You have 1 action left.
Well, it sounds like the 1 action should be to then attempt to repair another part of the ship that is not comms.
Yeah. Might I suggest that you repair the teleporter?
Okay, so on my own volition, I think that I should, if we have a teleporter, I think that would be important to repair. So I'm going to suggest that we do that. Mike, can you help me out? Can you give me an assist with that, sir?
I think that's great. Mike, do you know how to make that happen? Let's see if Mike can DPS it.
Oh, if he does it, I'll get Seppy to do it. I just thought I was rolling with the moment too much.
Yeah, I got you.
And boom! Look at that.
What's the new ability?
New status. You may only teleport agents to this space. They do not get fast fashion. Ooh,
we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that shortly. But before, we couldn't teleport anybody. Okay.
So,
And that's going to matter because now that you've engaged twice, Tim, it is now Purple's turn, and I am Purple. Yay! Okay. All right. So I'm going to take a move action to move Purple here. Okay. I'm going to take an engage action to repair the teleporter again. Okay.
Why didn't that end your turn?
It doesn't end my turn. Oh, I should ask Tim. Tim, can I borrow your outfit for a second?
absolutely. It would be my pleasure.
Right. So, and then
I like that Mark was like hot. He was waiting for that too. You could tell Mark was waiting. He's like, Seppy didn't ask. Seppy didn't ask.
I'm going to move back to the Mendery, and then I'm going to engage again, doing a teleporter action. And now the reason I can do that now is because the teleporter has been fully repaired because of Tim's efforts and my borrowing Tim's suit. And now my core suit says every square every space that I am has the teleporter icon. Now, Mike, this is how teleporting works. You can pick up any agent, and that includes Captain Ashi, who could not normally move, and you can bring them to any place that has the teleporter icon. Okay? And that means this one has the teleporter icon, or since I'm in it, this one has the teleporter icon. Okay? And that is the only way we can get him to the Mendery. So that was on the wrong side. Sorry about that. No one saw that. And so I was able to scoop him up before the bad guys start blasting, which is really, really good.
Yes.
Okay. So that would be the end of the round. How are we feeling, everybody? Basic core concepts. You good with it?
Yeah, I think so.
So
I think so. It's action selection, so, and then the timing of those actions matters. And yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That might be the best first round I've seen of the Captain Ashi Maroon, despite the critical fail on the first turn.
Yeah, and Mike, we're going to show you why that's good, but not yet. All right,
that Mark was like, that's the best first round I've ever seen, except for Mike. But other than that, it was amazing. Mark, I'm sorry for throwing you under that bus. I apologize.
Hey, that's the cross-eyed bear that you gave to me.
That is the cross-eyed bear.
Okay. All right. So it's the top of the round. And at the top of the round, we determine who's going to be lead agent for the new round, who's going to get this lead agent badge. And in the upgrade version, what is the lead agent badge? You mentioned this.
It's massive, and it's a big metal golden coin.
Holy smokes.
One side has the tiara
badge,
and the other side is the badge for the pet core.
Did we mention Space Pets? We have not mentioned Space Pets yet. But yes, the pet core has their own. And what is the Latin? Do either of you two speak Latin, Mike or Tim?
Poorly.
No.
It's
only pig.
Okay.
Un paradisium.
No, well, you'll look it up, and I'll find it. We'll come back. We'll see if the
paradise
audience knows what this phrase means, and Tim will be the only person laughing yet again. But that's fine. If the audience is just Tim for my jokes, I still feel seen in the best way, Mike.
I'm here for it.
Mike, stop criticizing me.
All
right.
My bad. Was it
always judging? Yeah, Mike's very judgmental.
All right. If I said ut almost canase videria paradisium, what do you think that means? Hold it up so they can see it. So is it going to work? No, it's probably too small.
Okay, read it or say it one more time for me.
Okay.
Ut omnes canes vierde.
Oh, I know what it is.
Paradisium.
I know what it is.
What is it?
All dogs go to heaven.
Now, you think that's a joke, but it is critically important to the backstory of the, there you go. It's simple that we're going. It is critically important to the backstory of our giant robot, the Conquest Princess. And
wait a minute, is Burt Reynolds in drag for the voice of the...
Oh my God.
That's an all dogs go to heaven reference. Sorry.
where can people find more information about the dark past of the giant robot?
Well, they can find it in the Night of the Necropede Kickstarter next week.
Yes, because
It's in the box.
Right.
Timely.
In the comic book. Did I mention I put a comic book in each one of the copies of the game?
Seppy, stop taking all of my money. I want to play this game. I want to copy this game so bad.
No, Tim. It's free.
I know, but like, here's the thing is I only back like so many Kickstarters a year, and then you're like lighting up your bases. You've got giant gold coins that say all dogs go to heaven in Latin, so you can be like extra hipster about it. I mean, check off all of the Tim bingo spots on your card, right, Mike? Am I wrong, Mike?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is...
You didn't even mention the upcoming soundtrack.
I know, well, that too. That too, so many things. Okay, please continue. I apologize.
We're going to talk about this. If you want to know why the phrase on the Petcore's coin is all dogs should see heaven, or all dogs go to heaven, you should definitely check out the Princess Zero comic book that's in your box and go, what has just happened? By the way, Mike, we told that story in a couture Japanese woodblock style.
Yep. It's great.
It's actually great. It's great. All right, so we're back to the top of the round, and the very first thing you do is check for mental load. Like I told you, all my games are autobiographical, and as an Asian man, I never let anything go, and so all that like keeps you from your optimal performance sometimes. So let's look to see who has the most tokens in their load area. I wonder who it's going to be.
Mike is loaded for bear.
Wow, I've got a huge load.
Yeah.
Oh, well done, sir.
We're deviating from this conversation immediately. Okay.
Get out your gravy boats. Mike's got a huge load.
No. I can't. No. Okay, so
it's not even close to Thanksgiving.
So that means red, green, or purple could be our lead agent this round. And I think it should be you, Tim. We're going to make you, since you got all dogs go to heaven, I feel like you are going to be our lead agent for this round. You have obviously made it happen. Okay?
We get to pick.
If it's tied, we get to choose. Fight in a box, as a rule, that is a default for our games. Mouse Cheese has this. If there's not a clear, like reason why, like processing has very clear delineation what happens when it is. But if it's not, then players get autonomy over the decision. So it is going to be Green's turn to start it up. Now, as lead agent, Tim, you have responsibilities. Are you ready for these?
Oh, I guess.
Okay. You have to pick what terrible future we are going to suffer through. And that is what happens when the bad guys attack back. It's called the event phase. And we have some autonomy on what happens, okay? So you have a choice of either doing Protect Ashi or Ashi Under Fire. Now, normally that's a big deal, but since this is the best version, this is the best timeline, Ashi is actually out of danger. These two are basically the same, and I will show you why that's the case. So go ahead and pick one, Tim.
Well, if he's technically safe, then we should do Ashi Under Fire because that one is going to not be as effective. That's what my brain tells me.
You are absolutely 100. You are batting 1,000.
Okay.
I don't even know the sports ball. You are absolutely batting 1,000. So this is what we do. We go to that section of the ship, and that's called the invasion, and that's this battleground, the whole invasion. And we follow the icons top down. And so this one says conveyor belts the board, which is basically doing this. Then all the bad guys attack. You see now why that's you see why now that's the better choice. If you had chosen the other one, which is the better choice, we would only got attacked by these 4 people. But as per your logic, Tim, which was correct, this one is more dangerous. We would have gotten attacked by 8 guys.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Less dudes, good for us.
You mean less dudes good for us and less than date night. All right, so oh yes, I am, guys. It's like you haven't lived my life. You haven't seen the bathhouses I've been in. All right, so here we go. And that's we're done for this section. And this is how I get canceled. And now we're gonna go to Now, Mike, what do you think this what is this telling us to do? Guesses?
That's the order in which we're going to resolve attacks.
Yeah, it's
on
close.
the tiara.
They're going to be spawn points. So please spawn somebody at 1, 3, and 5.
Who's getting spawned?
These little guys, they come back. Oh yeah. For the stream, please, Mike, could you alt tab and zoom in on one of the minions so people can see how fantastic the fashion of the fashion tyrant is? Zoom all the way in, like zoom.
Oh.
Like, look at that outfit.
Look at that.
Nice.
Like, Tim, you want to wear a Borat thong with the crop top.
That's
with knee-high boots.
Definitely what that is. High five.
that nice.
Very nice. So 3 and 5. So basically, those are the breach points, or those hitboxes are called breach points. And it said basically spawn those all in those places. Okay. Now, these cards should say disintegrate, and we're going to do that later. But that means when you disintegrate something, that means move it to the out of play so we'll never see it again. Does that make any level of sense, Tim? Now that I know you can't hands-on. Fantastic! Woo! Thank you, Kim Breeze. We love you.
She's the best.
Kim's hanging out with us a lot today. She's seen us play a lot of games. All right. So, Mike, what did you say telemetry is currently set at? Do you remember?
Dang it. Clicking the wrong screen. 2.
That means we have to refill during this time. So what I would like you to do is take this top card and flip it over and show and put it there. Yep.
Why can't I remember what flip?
It's F.
Flip.
Oh no! What did you just do?
More big stuff. Crisis. 1 agent takes 2 damage, or all agents take 1 damage.
Tim,
disintegrate this card.
Yeah, Tim. Since you are the agent in charge, you make all decisions concerning the event phase. So, what do you want to do? You want to have all agents take 1 damage, which would leave Mike without any armor. He'd be practically naked. Or would you want somebody else to take 2 damage? And
some of my favorite characters in science fiction are some of the noblest characters. I'm going to take the 2 damage.
Oh, look at that. What a great... Let's clap for that leader. Let's clap for that leader. What a noble leader.
Kirk would take 2 damage. Cisco would take 2 damage. Picard would take 2 damage. Averly's got to take 2 damage. We got to do it.
All right. That's fantastic. So it said disintegrate, which means we have to fill this again. Go ahead.
Is that always what that means with disintegrate? Because I assume disintegrate is like a fun way to say, hey, banished from the game.
It is. It is exactly like banished from the game.
But it does also then mean immediately refill as well?
Telemetry, we cannot leave the event phase until we have 2 clear futures.
Okay.
Because that's what telemetry is currently set at.
Is that Bluetooth technology that exists here?
That's Captain Ashi.
Yeah, they've got interesting fashion sense.
Yeah.
Too many of them.
Okay, now that we can see a clear future, we will now move on to the top of the round again. So, zoom in on Tim's wrist blaster, please. So the very first step during your phase is lock and load, which means basically to return your action coins to the top. Now, if something bad happened in the previous round, you could choose to lock those tiles. And when we get to you, Mike, I will explain what the effect of that does. But for Tim, that just basically means move your coins back up. Okay.
Okay.
Then we look to see, does Tim have access to any starters? You are over here, and you are the only person with a fashion item that has a starter, Mike. So Tim has no access to starters. So now we move into the take action part of his turn. Make sense?
Okay. It
All right,
does.
Tim. What would you like to do? There's a bad guy waving his thong at you. The ship is still damaged, and we need to repair some stuff. Like the Mendery really needs to be fixed so that we can rescue Captain Ashi. You've got a lot of good choices ahead of you.
Yeah, so
And that might be the last time in your life you hear somebody say that to
Oh.
you in all earnestness.
also true. Hopefully it's the last time where I
see it
hear that there's
now.
a man with a thong that wants to attack me.
I see
least
it now.
in that
That's
way.
the front view of the bulge.
The Battle of the Bulge is being reenacted on the
Yes.
the SS
Yeah,
Tiara tonight.
This one doesn't even have a bulge. I'm disappointed.
Thank you, Evan.
Okay.
Okay, so since I don't have armor, is it a bad idea to go into fight? Does it make more sense to move and try to do some repairing, or I'm open to some options here.
I think you should. I think we could take a risk because we're ahead of the game.
Okay.
So I think you should shoot. Even if we take a disruption, at least then it's a lesson that we can all learn together.
Let's do it. Mike and I are both gamblers by nature.
All right, you love it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so you're going to take a shoot action out here, and go ahead, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Jim.
Mike, dip that gorilla paw into my sack and pull out something.
All right, you hit. Good job, Mike / Tim. So that goes there. It's all about character. Yeah. This show's all about character development. That's fantastic. Good job, Trevor. I agree. So, all right. Good job, Tim. What would you like to do with your other 3 actions?
Well, I guess I need to then move and repair. Oh, wait, no, I can repair anywhere from engineering except for comms, right?
Yep.
But to repair, so I can repair twice because my first repair action will not end my turn. So I should repair twice. Am I understanding the game? Is this?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
God.
What did you do last time to make sure that you left no tokens in your mental load? Do you remember?
No, I don't.
You moved. You did sack maintenance. How could?
Oh, sack maintenance.
Your sack maintenance, Tim.
Yes,
your floor wipe.
That was the. Was that the? Wait, no, it wasn't the comms action. It was moving.
Yeah, it's moves.
Okay,
you are correct. Comms allows you to engage, but you can always take a move action to pick one up where you are in.
Oh yeah. So let's do that, and then I need to move to where we want to repair, though, right?
Nope.
No.
You just engage. You're in engineering already.
You just have to softly pet the ship and tell it that it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Put a little Earl Grey in the TARDIS, the heart of the TARDIS.
Absolutely.
I mean tiara.
Yeah, once in a while. All right. So, what would you like to repair with your first repair action? We have the wardrobe, which we need to fix the wardrobe that we need to fix so somebody can magically girl transform. And by somebody, I mean Mike.
Let's do that.
You want to work on the Mendery because we need to save Ashi from his space madness.
Well, Seppy, I don't know if you know this about me, but I've got 2 goals in my life. One is to see Mike turn into a woman, and 2 is to win this damn game. So let's turn Mike into a woman. Let's take that action first.
I didn't know those things were mutually beneficial. I'm here for
it. Just so you know, I love the fact that you mentioned it. And one of the reasons that we got lit up during last Pride year is we have a trans and non-binary character. And Blue is actually a Pisarian. Just like Clownfish, Pisarians are all born male. They have to use the power of cannibalism to become women.
What?
That's amazing.
This is your dream come true, Tim. This is everything you wanted to have happen. It is fixed in the lore that is definitely a thing that is happening. So just congratulations.
I love it.
Hey, I'm glad I'm just glad that my hunger is going to make me always right.
That's good. So we did that. So we did that, which is fantastic. Okay. Now, what would you like to do your second repair action to be?
Oh wait, we've still got a red bit up there. Should we repair that, or do we need to maximize? No, wait, comms has already been repaired once. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that red bit. What's that red piece up there?
That is the Mendery.
Oh yeah, let's fix the Mendery. Of course we need to fix the Mendery. We got to get our captain right before Mugatu.
Yeah.
No, wait, not Mugatu.
And that was a great turn. Let's clap for Tim. Yeah, that was so good. All right, so now it's going to be purple. You always go clockwise around. Am I yelling too much? I've got my teacher voice on.
No, wait,
my demo.
Oh yeah, on. The table got flipped. I was like, wait a minute, purple's not next, but yes, it is. The table got moved.
So yeah, I am going to do something odd, but first I'm going to shoot this bad guy because I just don't want to be left out of the action. Again, not the first time I said that. And
hey yo.
Oh boy, it's getting awkward in here. Okay, so now now I'm gonna take a move action to move into here, and then Tim, can I borrow your suit again?
Please.
Okay, I'm gonna use this to repair this. And then, more importantly, I'm going to use this teleporter action to teleport Blue to me.
Ah.
All right. Mike, do you mind if I scramble your molecules and return them into my general proximity? This is also something you have to ask for consent for.
No, not at all.
All right. So, Tim, between dimensions, as you might have guessed by Star Trek, you come back, you get your molecules exfoliated, you get yourself a piece of fast fashion for having been teleported. So, Mike, go ahead and take a piece of fast fashion from the fast fashion deck because you were successfully teleported.
Yes.
Well done, sir.
Go ahead and flip that over and connect it anywhere it shows you that you should connect it.
Mike would like it if you had anything in Colts Blue or Purdue Gold. I think.
Yeah, Colts Blue or Purdue Gold. All right. So, Mike, please drop the fashion item there. There you go. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. That's pretty sweet.
And now, what does that give you, Mike? I'm sorry. I didn't mean, I don't want to step on.
Disintegrate. Your next attack. Draw 2 and resolve both.
Nice.
You can use that item. You can use that item, or remember, I said you can always disintegrate any fashion item you get, either a power up or a fast fashion, and you can get yourself a power cube. That's the other thing that you can do with that, which is pretty fantastic.
Because fashion is power.
Because fashion is power.
It's almost like that's somewhere on the box.
Yeah! It's fantastic. Okay, so fashion is power. All right. Fashion is power. Fashion is power. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty sweet. All right, so we're gonna continue on. Yeah, Pret-a-Porter. Come as you are.
Pret-a-Porter in space.
Yeah, ready to wear. All right, Mike, it is your turn. The very first thing you do is take your starter. Your starter is take a power cube. Go ahead and take a power cube. Boom. The next thing is lock and load. Now, again, the game is autobiographical, and I don't know if you know this, Tim, but when Asians hold on to bad things that happen to them, they get power. So if Mike decided to do this, he could take another power cube, or he can return these 2 to the bag. Just like, but then next turn he has to let them go, because just like my therapist says, you have to let go sometime. And I'm like,
Asians are the opposite of Irish Catholics. We hold on to everything, but it doesn't do us any good. Where for you were able to convert it into power.
People ask me occasionally my ethnic makeup for Mud Americans, and I'm half Korean and half Irish. I'm only genetic makeups of people who will cut their country in half and just keep on staring at each other indefinitely.
Wow, you are correct. I love it. You are half of my tribe.
I am half of your tribe.
I love it.
We speak each other's unspoken language fluently.
That's true.
Mike, do you want to hold on to one or more of those bad things, keeping them out of the bag and earning yourself an additional power cube, or do you want to let them go back to the bag?
I think I want another power cube.
All right, go ahead and lock one or more of those tiles.
Do it, Mike. Do it.
So that would be one power cube if I do that.
No matter how many things you hold on to, can only get you so far. Again, we're quoting my therapist. So you only get one cube no matter how many things you hold on to.
Okay.
Do you want to hold on to the critical miss? Do you want to hold to the miss or the critical fail?
Well, the critical fail's worse, so let's hang on to that.
Let's do that. Okay, that earns you a power cube. That's really good.
Wait, I'm not sure which one's which.
White is the miss. Red's critical.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
We're doing this. It's fantastic. Okay, look at you have 3 power cubes. You can't do it yet because the 4th power cube is hanging out here with red.
Hey, Ashi hasn't been healed yet.
All right, Mike, go ahead and take your turn. But since you locked this cube, this tile, you cannot use that column this turn.
Okay.
Oh.
Balloons.
I randomly have things like show up if I do things with my hands.
Yeah.
So
fantastic.
Like I was sitting there like this with this, and this makes balloons, and I was sitting there like this. I was making balloons pop up. I guess. I think maybe. Is that what did balloons?
All right. I believe in us. Or more importantly, I believe in the Mark that believes in us.
There it is.
Oh, look at
That's
hey, that's gonna be part of that soundtrack.
Let's go.
All right.
Correct lighting.
Come on, Mike, with the like a baby Barbarella with the stars as your umbrella. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see you do it. I lost the rest of the lyric, but
I love it.
I don't see that red's power helps me because
rude.
First attack with this core suit will draw 2 tiles and choose one.
You are currently in engineering. You know that, right?
You are in engineering.
Yes.
Evan, no, that's a Jamiroquai quote, but you're not far off with the rest of the conversation. Just guessing Duran Duran.
Duran Duran, of course, is the name of the scientist that Barbarella is going to rescue in. Yes, and the band, of course.
Right.
The whole mission about Barbarella is to go save Duran Duran.
Here you go, Mike.
Huh? What?
You're getting some advice from the Peanut Gallery. And I'm not going to say that Kim knows this game, but hey, spoiler alert, Kim probably knows this game.
Right, move and attack, right?
Let's do it, buddy. Let's do it.
Oh yeah, that's what I was. Okay.
Be aggressive.
I was like, I'm going to move and attack, and then I thought you made it sound like I should stay in engineering and repair. So I started.
Don't listen to Seppy. He only helped design the game. He doesn't know.
Mike, I sound like a lot of things, like a dying rhino, like an ostrich in heat. I sound like a lot of things. You don't have to.
I was wondering what that was. I've been trying to put it together this whole time.
God, okay, it's not a turkey. I'm really glad it's not a turkey.
No turkey.
Okay, so I'm going to use this thing. I'm going to draw 2 tiles and result. Wait. Dang, I probably have to choose before I pull.
You must use this fast fashion.
What? Oh, you want to use this?
Yeah.
Go for it.
I assume I have to use it before I pull.
You do.
Okay. We're using it. Let's.
That's like a life lesson you can apply to a lot of places.
Yeah.
What?
And
Why?
this.
Why did you laugh at that? Why is there another like a double entendre, a triple?
No,
like,
no,
what?
no, no. It's just
I'm
game
using
related
that.
specifically.
Where
It's
you
game
go,
related.
yeah,
That's
disintegrated.
great.
Yep. Boom. Boom.
Okay.
Dang.
Yay. Merrily, yay. Okay. What happens when you blast a bad guy, Mike?
They go back to the minion launch bay.
They do. And what goes in their place?
The tile.
Yeah. So I'll put this other one back and you put the one on. Go ahead. You were doing it right, Mike. Grab
Evan's
that
dropping
dog.
Mallrats quotes, and I'm here for it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
At least he didn't. At least they didn't leave that orange thong there.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do with your last action?
Pick up that thong and whip it around my head just like a helicopter.
Yeah.
Is that a move action?
It's a move action. I think a move action would be good, Mike.
Move to.
Move this tile back to the bag.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that you can move the tiles. Yes.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. Back in
Build
there.
the bag, Mike.
Also,
Good
somebody
stuff in
forgetting.
the sack. Bad stuff out of the sack.
Yes. Okay, so ending our round will be Mark.
Okay.
Do you have access to a starter? No.
No.
Locking and loading.
I get to put my power cube back into
The pool.
Yep.
And
Okay.
I'm sorry, remind me again what the power cube on the far right side does.
That allowed Mark to take a additional action during his turn.
Okay, that's right. That's right.
2, 4, 6.
Awesome.
0, 6, 8. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do what I do best, and I'm gonna blast that bad guy.
Okay, I'm gonna do this here. Shuffle this up. When in doubt, blast them out. Boom,
Yep,
boom.
done.
Would you like to critically fail or hit?
I think I'd like to hit.
Okay.
Oh,
Good
wow.
choice.
Occasionally, critically failing is actually the correct answer.
Not right now.
Not right now, though.
Move. Yeah, I'm gonna move to put that back in the bag, and I'm gonna move to engineering.
Or do you want to save Ashi because the Mandarin's healed?
Mendry is healed.
You move there, pick it up, heal Ashi.
This may be a bad guy in engineering, probably.
Yeah, but there are guys in engineering. I'll soak it up.
Okay, fine. All right, I'm gonna move to Ashi.
Move to Ashi.
I'm going to engage the Mendry.
No, you're gonna pick this tile up.
Yeah, that's true. Fine. I thought I picked up the previous one anyway.
Seppy doesn't know the rules.
Yeah,
I'm gonna engage.
Okay, we engage. Hey, engaging in a fully repaired Mandarin takes Ashi off the board. We have just saved Ashi, which is great. Yay! Now we need one of our agents to magically girl transform, reigniting the time drive so we can leave the sector of space. Who is hogging all those power cubes? I wonder. All right.
I believe that is me. And Evan makes a great point about my upcoming transformation.
Yes.
If I were to turn into a cockroach, it's a metamorphosis.
That's right.
Which then, at least, much like my previous transgressions, I'll live forever.
It's true. An apple a day keeps Mike's transformed power or body away. Yeah, that's a very deep literary cut. All right, now
I was trying to find a way to get Kafka in here, but it just wasn't working. So
who is Kafka? That's a Congo reference.
Oh,
Worst movie ever. All right.
Congo is terrible, but it does have Tim Curry, one of my all-time favorites.
I love Tim Curry. Who is Kafka? Is the best line in Congo. And of course, monkey mauling. That's the whole reason. All right.
It's terrible. Sorry.
I will go first, and we're gonna do this one. This 2, 4, 6. Yeah, we're gonna do this one. And so This goes here. All the bad guys attack, but nobody's on the planet. Doesn't matter. We'll do this. Flip this over. Boom. Look at all those invaders.
Oh,
it's really bad. Guess what happens? Oh, we haven't talked about disruption
We
yet.
haven't had to.
No, we haven't had to. This is the best round ever. If these touch down to the planet, they will each one of them will call it a disruption. Now, Mike, a disruption is a shaking loose of the time-space continuum. And it usually happens when the tiara steps in like a glitch in reality, preventing awful things from happening. But every time that happens, it burns cards from the power deck. Okay? And if we ever run out of cards from the power deck, the entire timeline resets and we lose the game.
Oh.
That is the only way you can lose in Conquest Princess is if you run out of power. And by the way, Tim, of course, the power deck is filled with fashion items. So if you ever run out of things to wear, you lose the game.
Glad we're not going off of my own closet and we are using this one.
That's right. Absolutely. Okay, so we did this thing, and now we're going to spawn where, Mike? Where are we going to put bad
2,
guys?
4, and 6.
Yeah, why don't you do that? 2, 4, and 6.
I'm doing it and doing it well.
Mm.
Yeah. That's 2. That's 4.
I was just making sure we got really good shots.
Oh, that's good.
Of the thong. Of the thong.
Thong to thong, thong, thong.
No.
Let that booty go, Tim. Let that booty show. All right, so
didn't it turn out that Cisco didn't he come out? Isn't he out? Isn't that sort of like the great irony of, you know, like the late 90s when everybody hears that song and they think it's about, you know, one thing and then it's not? I don't know.
I've been to Europe. More than women will wear thongs. We're going to flip this over. Oh, no. What just happened? We had another crisis, and that crisis said add a danger token. So we're going to do that. We're going to do this. These are all the kinds of streams that could be canceled. Good job, guys. And we're going to flip this back over. We're going to add this, and boom. Okay. All right. So, if we took a disruption right now, Tim, how many cards would we burn from the power deck?
Oh my gosh, I can't tell.
It would be 3 because the danger level is currently 3.
Okay.
And every time
we're going to lose 3 cards from the power deck.
That's great. And every time you take a disruption, that goes up. So if we took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 disruptions, how many danger tokens and how much would that last disruption be worth, Mark?
You're asking me to do math.
No, the answer is 7, and the number of tokens would be 8. Just so you know, that's the thing. So yeah, don't let it happen. But we're gonna make this happen now. It's my turn. Tim's gonna just sit back this whole turn. We're gonna let Mike magically girl transform on his turn. I really don't have to do anything other than try to make the bag a little bit better. And so what I'm going to do is not do anything except for first move this. First move to where Mike is, and then use the engage from. Oh no, I got to repair first. There. Okay, so I'm going to repair first with my first engage, repairing the engineering. Then I'm going to move to where Mike is, and then I'm going to engage. Oh no, I'm going to just stay in. Never mind. I'm just going to stay there, and I'm going to engage twice. Yeah, never mind. Nope, never mind. Never mind. Sorry about that. Getting late. All right. So, Mike, it is your turn. What does your transformation sequence say to do?
It says move, attack, engage.
All right. So that's going to be your turn. But the very first thing you need to do is lock and load. You have to return that tile to the bag because, like my therapist says, you have to let go of things eventually. Watch me. All right. No. I mean, yes. And now, what is your starter?
A power cube from the Titan field.
Go ahead and take that fourth and final power cube.
Oh
my gosh. Yes. Carmenita Burana, yes, please. All right. Okay, so what I would like you to do, Mike, is take that shoot action where Mark's character is. Why do you want to do that?
Because then I can choose one of two tiles.
Yes, absolutely.
Passion is power.
Passion is power, absolutely. And go ahead and do that. So set yourself up for success.
Okay. So yeah, we move. Well, what would I do with the second move though?
You move here, and then you move here.
Oh, okay. I meant to ask if movement has to be in an adjacent space. I could not remember.
It does. That's a great question. Sorry, I must have cut that off earlier with random old guy matching.
I may have forgotten. Okay, now we're attacking. And
do it.
May I use your power?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Excellent, because I would like to choose. Oop, we'll use that one.
Okay.
But just to make sure, yep, we'll use that one.
All right. So this goes here.
Yep.
That goes there.
Yep.
Okay. And then this goes back in here. All right. That's fantastic.
Engaging.
Engage. You're going to use the Mendore's ability. No, is anybody hurt in that section? You are. Or you can use its other ability, which I wanted to teach you anyway. So what does the bottom engage ability say, Mike?
Launch looks like a health icon.
Yes. What also has that icon?
I don't know what those tiles are.
Yes, those are special tiles. They are basically hits that have special effects. The Mendori tile, after you successfully blast a bad guy with it, heals you.
Nice.
Okay.
And now you made that a permanent part of the Bag of Destiny by launching it into the Bag of Destiny. Good job there, Mike. All right, now that you have move, shot, engage, we are now going to start your transformation sequence. You ready?
Yes.
All right, first, repair any damage that you've taken.
Boom.
Next, return all of the power cubes back to the Titan field. Nice.
Really stack both of those.
Then flip your suit to its super side. You didn't know it had super side, did you? Bam!
Oh, snap. Yeah, I think they stopped serving that because of it's too many calories.
I think Tyra Banks just came out. And...
Okay, and then
with her fun
now flip this guy over. But before you do that, Mike, tell us in the theater of your mind what your magical girl transformation looks like. What does it look like to you? What do you think your agent's transformation looks like?
It is. Well, it starts with the consumption of a body. I picture someone small in stature, Irish, somewhat mouse-like in appearance. I typically like to start with the worst part first. So that's why I start with
unmaintained sack. Go on.
Yeah, that's why I start with the face, and then work my way down to the toes.
All right.
Once consumed, I have officially transformed.
Bystander.
After a burp and a fart.
All right, good. That's great. You are definitely the spirit of these things. Then you would get to flip over this and do what it says.
Immediately take another turn.
Yay!
Who gave this man another turn?
Yeah, and so since we saved Ashi and somebody reignited the time drive by magically girl transforming, we have finished the unlosable tutorial, the Captain Ashi Marooned. Yay!
Let me just say something really quick. Mike this reference may not like hit with Mike, but Mike, the Kobayashi Maru in Star Trek is the unwinnable scenario that every cadet has to go through. So for the fact that this is the unlosable scenario in the tutorial is just it's just brilliant. I love it. The references are there for those to lap up. Otherwise, you're just like, what a delightful little, what a delightful little scenario and what a clever name. But if you know, right?
That's great.
Amazing. Seppy, you never cease to amaze me. You and Mark, seriously, you guys, I love it. It's so funny. The references, you guys, they're all there. It's amazing. I love it. I think that like Seppy and I should be like, I don't know, we should either be like best friends or related or something, because
We might be both.
we kind of share a brain, It's
all right. In the history of magical girl transformations, and I've run a lot of those in the last 9 years, I don't think anyone has included cannibalism as part of their magical girl transformation.
How do you feel about that?
I feel good, Mike. Thank you for that. Tim, your praise, though, it makes my heart 10 times larger. Thank you so much.
You did say that was part of this character's transformation, right?
It was their original. They're female now. Like, because, Pisarians as a species, they use cloned flesh now. They've evolved, mind you. But the original, the Pisarians, are definitely, it's a thing.
Yeah, we were kind of going back to that origin story. So I wanted to be authentic. So
that's true.
Right.
So if you look at Blue's outfit, you can see that Blue does wear the face mask for other people's protection. So it is definitely a thing. Yeah, the Pisarians are great. We love the Pisarians. And so the next scenario is called the Pet Rescue. And Pet Rescue is an order of magnitude more difficult than this one.
Why don't you show it?
Let me show you.
So since the tutorial was named the opposite of its origin, I assume the pet rescue is the same. So all the pets get rescued instead of half of them dying?
Yeah, all the pets get rescued. To win, you have to rescue all the pets. So let's tell the story a little bit. I know we're not going to play, but just so you know, in the Necropede expansion, we add one more baby step between the tutorial and this mission. This mission, as you can see, you don't have 2 battlegrounds, you have 3. You also have a much more complicated win set where you have to. Let's talk about what happened, Tim. Can we talk about it? Can we take a moment and talk about what happened?
Let's do it.
Okay. Captain Ashi infected the Tiara, your living ship, with space madness. And so though we got out of the sector, when we got to the next place in time space, Mugaga's minions were waiting for us there. And the space, dealing with the ship, dealing with the space madness, was paralyzed and allowed them on board to steal the most powerful weapon for justice in the galaxy. Mike, and what is that called?
I don't know.
The Tiara?
The Tiara is the most powerful weapon in space?
Oh, it is the Conquest Princess?
The giant robot, the Conquest Princess.
Yeah, I was going to say, Tim, that was the threat agency. Come on.
Yes. And so your space pets had been doing maintenance on them during the entire Captain Ashi Maroon scenario to keep the princess safe. But as soon as the minions grab the princess, the space pets have to do what, Mark?
Break the robot down into its component parts.
Yes, they do what's called the Epsilon Protocol, breaking down the giant robots to its elemental Dragon Ball gems. And so in this first scenario, this next scenario, you must reassemble all of your giant robot, and it is definitely not Burger Time. And this is definitely not Space Invaders, and this is definitely not Centipede.
Hell
Definitely
yeah.
not.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. These are invaders that happen to be from space, and this is a Mechapede.
Right. Completely different.
Legally distinct and different. There are no mushrooms being shot anywhere. It's goo. I've never seen a centipede shoot goo. Yeah, like
No.
yeah.
So what makes the necropede a necropede?
The next scenario after this one is called the Dark Portal, where if you manage to reassemble your giant robot, you will get to pilot the giant robot in autopilot mode to face off against the fashion tyrant Mugaga. And that looks like this for a second. We'll change it up again. You guys can see all the fun things. Hold on a second. Wait for it. Hold on. Hold on.
Here
Hold
it
on.
comes.
Holding.
Okay.
Hold.
Oh, right. I did it wrong. All right, it's got a dark portal first. Don't look. No spoilers.
Nope. Didn't look.
Advanced mission. Now, the advanced mission is much more difficult than the standard mission.
Whoa.
And in it, you are piloting the giant robot to the dark portal, which is at the end of this. Meanwhile, you're trying to survive this. Now, this is definitely not Galaga, and this is definitely not Pitfall / 1941. That's definitely not happening here. Okay.
Gotcha.
Right? It's definitely not happening here. And
it's like the Fargate, and it's not the Stargate. It's the Fargate. It's a movie you've never seen.
Okay. And so that takes us finally to the boss mission, where you are on the other side of the dark portal, and your space pets are trying to maintain the power. And by the way, if you do not know, you definitely do not pilot a giant robot via DDR.
Okay.
So, and that takes you through the very first segment of Conquest Princess. Now, the second story is all about, like Mike was asking, what happened to the Mechapede, which was this giant space kaiju, after Mugaga is defeated. Well, it runs amok and starts eating the Titan field, like the very fabric of time space and the creative fabric of the universe. And so it becomes undead, and you must find a solution to keep all of time space from being devoured by the necropede.
Well, that silly necropede doesn't realize that fashion is cyclical, and give it 20 years and it's back in fashion and it's cool again.
So that's right. True. That's absolutely, yes, I've lived that. Like, I saw some of the Zanko jeans on, I nearly cried.
Oh my God, sadly, I'm now old enough to have seen fashion come back.
I threw away all my flannels from high school, and they're like, wait, why is everyone wearing flannels?
Holy shit, Mike, seriously, real quick, just total derail. I had a friend, one of my oldest friends, he's been in North Carolina for like, he's come back from North Carolina like to visit, and I haven't seen him in many years. And he's like, man, last time I saw you, you were wearing like flannels all the time. And I'm like, yeah, I should get some flannels. I guess they're cool again.
They are.
I know. I used to,
well,
like,
mine are at Goodwill now.
You would have seen me in this shirt, but I would have had a flannel over it. Like, that's it. That's that. My whole fashion has been like, my whole life has been either sans flannel or with flannel, you know, and clever t-shirt, you know, that's it. So like this shirt, for example, it says free hugs, but it glows in the dark and it's an alien egg. And so in the dark it's open and it says face hugs, because Alien's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I know, Seppy. Seppy,
the same person, Tim.
Seppy, we are basically soulmates. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we are.
We should just be best friends.
I absolutely talk about Alien and Aliens and why they're both great movies from different genres.
Yes, they are both great movies from different genres. Seppy, this is why you and I should be best friends immediately. 100%.
The last batch of Conquest Princess art was drawn while watching Alien and Alien.
Yes.
Yeah. And Sigourney Weaver is a perfect example of badass female empowerment that inspired Conquest Princess.
She is one of the first, right, like heroine, like legit heroine in a movie. She's not a final girl.
No.
Because she's not. She's so proactive, always proactive. She's the smartest one on the damn ship the whole freaking time.
Absolutely.
In all the movies.
Yeah. No,
love.
Absolutely. And she can drive a giant robot at the end. Yes.
Yeah, the loaders.
Yeah. So obviously, all these kinds of things. You saw that I spent too much time in in an arcade as a child as well. These things warped my sense of stuff.
Well,
but yeah. This game design really rewards you for knowing the stuff from previous. The boss battle is so it basically goes from easy to hard to insanely hard to weird, and that is sort of the story arc of my life. And so the game finds that again, and Necropede repeats that cycle. It gives you a slightly harder tutorial mission, slightly harder standard mission, slightly harder advanced mission, and harder boss battle mission. You get
so if I just let's just say, for example, February 6th, I went and back what 5th?
6th.
Correct. I'll say this correct date. February 6th, I go and I back Conquest Princess. It shows up at my house and I've got the expansion and everything. Do I play it without the Necropede, or can I just shuffle that all in from the jump?
I love that you asked that question. So remember that event deck that we were playing with before?
Yes.
That is all that is different. You have each mission has its own event deck, and a Necropede, it is just 4 event decks plus a kick-ass mission guide. So you saw how we let me switch this back. Did you see how this mission is the standard mission is Mechapede plus invasion. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, see what we do. I'm going to load up the first Necropede mission. I don't know if we've ever shown this before. First on your stream.
Exclusive.
Standard mission. Load. So now you see the standard, the standard mission for Necropede actually has the invasion and Dark Portal together.
Okay.
And then the next mission for that would look like this, and it's the advanced mission for Necropede, and it combines the ground assault with the Necropede, which creates a whole different flavor of problems when you recombine things in an interesting way. And so, and then it has its own very different event deck. So the modular design that I talked about at the beginning, and this is a great place for us to come full circle, is rewarded since you knew how to fight this in this way, and it creates a very different problem that ends up happening in this mission.
Nice.
It's nice. Really good. So you should definitely play the first story first, Tim. You should
and then
Captain Ashi, and you should go, okay, we mastered Captain Ashi. You're like, oh, if Captain Ashi was harrowing for you, you should play Captain Ashi again. If you beat the standard mission but barely, you should play the standard mission a few more times, and then move on to the advanced mission.
Yeah.
Each one teaches you, like, if we go back to the normal standard mission with all the parts, you notice not only did you not know how this battlefield over here works, but you really didn't get to play with the fashion items or the space pets.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so you need to know sort of how to combine fashion items to create broken-ass combos and space pets to be able to beat the advanced mission, which assumes that you know how to combo things in the most fashionable and devastating ways.
So now forgive the correlation I'm about to make, but it is another game that I absolutely love that is a co-op that I think kind of does a similar thing, but it like in a completely different way. So it's not like these are apples and oranges. It's more like these are cousins. So like, for example, if you've ever played Mechs versus Minions, the first couple missions, you need to play those and get good at those so that you understand how the mechanics of that game works. Because when you start to get further in, those missions are going to get so much harder. So you almost need those other missions to be easy so that when you get to the next one, it just doesn't absolutely decimate you.
We
and I say that
we are just the same person now, Tim. You and I.
Okay.
My words, your mind. My thoughts, your thoughts.
I say that as somebody that loves difficult co-ops, but anyways, yeah, no. And for what it's worth, Mechs vs. Minions is one of my all-time favorite games.
You're gonna love this. I'm now confident to say, if you like that, you're gonna love this. And this event deck comes out differently every time, and so does the fashion line. And obviously, if Mike is pulling from the bag of the destiny, we're all doomed. That all affects. That all affects how the game goes. But you saw Mike holding on to those like critical fails and misses made the bag very safe for us for the rest of the round.
Well, not only that, but he literally won us the game at the end because of those draws at the beginning, which is really interesting.
I didn't think of it as yet another example of Mike failing. Instead, I thought Mike was just making us look better.
No. This is an example of Mike failing upwards. Is what he.
Yeah, I mean, well, in all situations, you got to figure out who's going to jump on the hand grenade for the success of the rest of the team.
Oh, no, I thought it was who's going to jump on the hand grenade so Tim doesn't get to touch it. I thought we covered that Tim doesn't.
Yeah, I was going to say, if somebody had to jump on a hand grenade, it's because some dumbass gave me a hand grenade, which then somebody else must then jump upon.
It's not that he did anything bad with it. He's 3 apples tall. And like a hand grenade's an apple. How many can Tim actually pick up? He's going to drive too big for him.
No. I love it. Guys, I'm clearly too small to jump on this hand grenade. I'm clearly too small.
You guys are amazing. Mark and I have so much more stuff to do, and I've been yelling in his ear for 2 hours. We're gonna call it. Is that cool by you guys?
No, 100%. Seppy and Mark, please, thank you guys so much for your time. I have been bugging Seppy since Gen Con, hey, when will you come on? And he's like, let me have something, let me be ready. I knew it was going to be good. So thank you guys so much. Please have a wonderful night.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Anytime, honestly. And I literally mean that because we're going to have Seppy on again next week and we're going to do robots. It's going to be crazy. Let me just say, if we didn't have Conquest Princess to keep us focused tonight, it would have been dangerous. Next week's going to be dangerous and it's going to be wild. Because we're not going to have that. We'll talk about it up front because it will be live and all that good stuff.
A bunch of guys talking turkey.
Yeah,
it is. Listen. Mark is so quiet, but then he comes in at the end to just throw that fucking fastball and strike everybody out.
From a hand grenade to a landmine right there.
Well,
no one's doing that. No one.
Mark is like most of Mike's farts, silent but deadly. I mean, he came out right at the right time and just crushed it. That was wonderful.
So please. If folks love this, we could really use your help. The game is fantastic. We as an indie are still trying to live the indie dream. If you ever wanted to feel like an important member of a fandom, Fight in a Box is the place you can do it. Super backers of ours have said, Seppy, I'm a super backer. You have to come to karaoke with us tonight. And I'm like, okay. And I just do that the kind of stuff. Also, they matter and make it if you ever if that's otherwise, the social importance of this game we have not talked about. It is actually very socially important. It does matter to a lot of people. If you want to see Room 51 talks about what it means to him, Matthew McCack. And it's an important step for us to make people realize that gaming can be for everyone, and 50% of everyone, or 51.75% of everyone, don't actually get to be included because of how stuff is structured. And so,
holy shit, Seppy, you gave me, like, I'm gonna have a conversation with you offline about who do we have on to have that as a topic we can talk about, and I would hope you'd be a part of that. But we could bring in somebody also, you know what I mean, like a female, right? That would be willing and able. So you guys would be able to talk about that, you know, and then Mike and I can just kind of sit and ask uninformed questions, and then you guys can educate us. I would love that. I honestly would. But
I would love the opportunity just for people to like hang out and chat about things that matter in a way that's constructive. If folks have not seen our other content, our TikTok lives are very much focused on making gaming better. And you make gaming better in 3 ways. Number 1, make better games or game content. You guys are included in better content. Yay! Yay! Make people feel connected to something larger than themselves or each other. Right? And that has a huge deal with representation. If you can't see yourself in any of these games, and you are the majority of gamers, if you did not know that statistically women are the largest group of gamers now, or people who identify as gamers, that's why Target, Barnes & Noble, and all these other places have such big game sections now. And third, you do it by flow, which is creating interesting spaces where people can just be completely submerged in gaming and just love it. So those are the 3 things. Yeah.
No, you guys fucking rock. I love it. I appreciate not only your boldness and the stuff that you've had to endure, you know, to help create the environment. Because here's the problem is, like, everybody in the bubble kind of already is pretty cool, but like we've got to bust out of that, right? We've got to really show so many other people, like, hey man,
please, when you're on social media, I say I picked up this game by this gay Asian senior citizen who was homeless. Please tell people. Like, we all laugh because it's funny as hell, but it is true. Like, if you're like, yeah, I really picked that game.
Well,
but,
you know, you're really trying to really hit that, like, that white, you know, socialite, like, box checker. Really, Seppy, you just laid out all the box. Oh, Asian, gay. Okay, great. Oh, they're because it's not homeless now. It is home challenged. What's the preferred term now that they want to use?
Yeah.
Unhomed.
So,
unhomed.
Everything is marginal with me. Like Tim, I'm a veteran, but I was kicked out for Don't Ask, Don't Tell. So do I count as a veteran? Like, I'm Asian, but I'm also half Irish. Do I count? Like,
right.
Like, I was homeless, but I wasn't like living in my car or streetless homeless. I was like living on my business partner's couch without a permanent address, homeless.
Still homeless.
Like, yeah. If there's anything, like, I did this to Gen Con people and they got mad at me and they're like, hey, come and hang on the BIPOC lounge. And I'm like, do I count? That's funny.
Listen, you know what, Seppy? Like,
I get in trouble all the time, but I am. So when you ever see the margins, like, this is why paper exists. So I have a little place to just be happy to be here.
No. No, I love it, Seppy. I'm sorry you had to go through what you had to go through to get to where you are today, but I am so glad you are here and you are the person that I get to meet, because we are not who we are now without being forged through the fires of our previous experiences, right? So it's bullshit. You've had to deal with what you've had to deal with, but I am so glad you guys are here. You're here, and we get to hang out with you. We get to enjoy you and appreciate you. Like, it's amazing. I love it.
Your kindness is massively appreciated, but as Mark has heard this countless times here already, I'm dedicating myself to my New Year's of fun, which is have more fun in all I'm doing. And as a gay Asian senior citizen, I really need to think about whether or not I want to like make the most of the time that I have left rather than focus on the shit that's happened to me. And you can really see that I am like laser beam focused forward.
Can you please stop calling yourself a senior citizen? Because I feel like you and I are pretty close to the same age, and I don't want to think about
Tim,
that.
did you see Star Wars in the theater?
Okay, I saw Return of the Jedi in theater.
You're such a baby.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. But still, stop calling yourself a senior citizen because I ain't that far behind you.
Such a baby. Like
You're still Gen X. You want to be boomer. You're still Gen X.
Pretty close. Pretty close. Mike, what was your first Star Wars film you saw in the theater, Mike?
Oh, don't ask Mike. Oh no.
Oh, you'll be discouraged if you ask that question.
I want my heart broken.
All right. Okay, so you have to understand. I was introduced to Star Wars by a young kid.
Not as creepy as it sounds.
7 years ago, a kid that I was basically raising at the time. So I did not grow up watching Star Wars.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
But you could still tell me what your first Star Wars movie was. In theater. Say Solo, please. Say Rogue One. Please say something.
I'm trying to figure it out. It was not. Oh my gosh! I think we're talking about. Wow, it may have been The Force Awakens.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
It may have been The Force Awakens.
That's more than fine.
Yeah.
That's more than fine.
Everybody
should embrace their own experience.
I'm not like. Yeah, incredibly
in an environment where people are constantly being reminded how they disagree. And I think everybody should be talking enough to find out how often we overlap. Right? Mm-hmm. This is the problem with people who get mad. They say, keep politics out of my games. Like, what's political to you? Like, I just share, this happened in my life. Like, I had to get gay married in Canada, and I lost my partner to the opioid epidemic. It's just things that happened to my life. So if I talk about like healthcare in the United States, am I allowed to talk about my life? Am I allowed to talk about surviving AIDS in the United States? Is that political? No, but the point is, like, if we talk about things that we find awesome, like how funny it is that Mike has been in a cultural black hole for 8,000 years. Like, we all can laugh at that. That is just joy, right? And too many people think mentioning something else that is outside their life experience is attacking them.
No, hell no.
When people use that as a method to attack them, so that feeling is sort of weirdly justified. But if we can get to a game table and play games together and then share our life experiences, we will find out that we agree about so much more than we disagree about, despite the fact that the algorithms are constantly reminding us that we disagree.
Yeah, no, you make an amazing point there, Seppy, and in no way is that shocking. But like, honestly, there's
this is just the monkeys in my head banging on things. Like, hey.
No, but that's the amazing thing about like life, right? We can sit down, we can can sit down at a table, we can play games, we can have a great time, we can interact socially. I get to know you personally. And, I have so many friends that, like, while we don't agree on everything, right? Like, I mean, it could be political, it could be what's the best Star Wars movie, or why Star Wars sucks and no, it doesn't, or why Trek, no Trek, blah, blah, blah. But once we become friends, it's, and we get to know each other, and I understand where you're coming from and you understand where I'm coming from. Like, it makes a whole different conversation. I mean, it just gives you context. So many people just want to argue with no context, right? They just want to automatically shut you down or blah, 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 because they have no context.
Let's talk about a common phrase that people do to hurt themselves is say, people are stupid, people are dumb. And the reason that is harmful is because you literally just drew a line between yourself, disconnecting yourself to actual people, right? Saying this group that's bigger than myself, that's bigger than my control, I do not belong there, and it is hostile to me. So instead, flipping that script around, people are awesome. They make board games, they make ice cream, they make movies, they make new ways to make fun of Mike. These are all things that people just all agree on are fantastic, right?
Right.
And so, and everybody has individual moments of bad, and there are definitely some bad individuals, but pinning that on the bigger group that brings us ice cream and music and techno and Janko jeans and all those other abominations are really things that you should not isolate yourself from.
100%. 100%. It's really amazing what happens if you sit across from a table and you get to know somebody,
It's like a go back to the turkey. You guys are fantastic. I will stop old guy preaching at you.
I know. I'm sorry. We probably should have stopped a little while ago, but Seppy, thank you again for coming on again next week, because next week we can go way off the rails and like dig even more into this. Mark, thank you for being here tonight and helping us learn Conquest Princess. Now, let's give Mark some credit, right? What's his involvement in Conquest Princess?
So I did all of the art, the majority of the design, work on the rules,
graphic design. The game design has we always have to thank Peter and Patrick Yang.
Yeah.
Like just throw rotten food at me. Those guys are fantastic. But all the talent is coming from Mark, the Yang brothers at Evan.
Adult supervision, Kim says.
Yes. Well, because let me say though that the art design and like how wonderful that game looks is not lost on me as somebody that loves. I'm a comic book nerd. Like I don't collect anymore, but I used to. So when games have like really cool art, unique art, it doesn't always have to just be vibrant. It just has to find some way to grab me, and be interesting. Let me just say 100%, dude. Like you nailed it. It looks great.
You. Yeah, comics have always been a big inspiration, and I think that carries over into the artwork with this. A couple of the previous games we talked about processing earlier. The artist on those ones, Graham Judd, is actually sort of joining us for the Kickstarter because the prequel series to Conquest Princess is a little comic book called Princess Zero.
Oh, I love it.
You're going to be able to get one of these in every box, or if you just want to throw $10 at us,
I'll take your penny dollars.
Just
please. Please. Yeah, absolutely.
That tells the dark history of the giant robot and the space pets in this really cool woodblock style.
Which then you did, right? You did that. You designed that.
So this was actually one of the a previous collaborator for processing and Squirrel or Die.
Okay.
Because I didn't have time to do a comic book because I was doing the game.
Yeah.
Sure.
So Mark is our artist for Princess and these two games.
So Hedgehog Hop and Mouse Cheese Cat Cucumber.
Yeah, and Graham is our artist for these three things.
Princess Zero, Processing, Squirrel or Die.
Yeah. And so yes, we have two main artists for most of it. We have our former evil intern Evan, who does our comment, like two panel
comics and help with the design on
I fall in love with artists and I stay with them. Graham's claim to fame is, let me see, I have a copy of it. He and his dad made the Botanist's Guide to Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
did we talk about this, Tim?
No, we didn't, but I'm listening.
It's fantastic. I'll see where my copy is. But basically, it's everything you can stuff in your pipe and smoke from Manchester to Baghdad. And his dad was former head of botany for University of Central Florida, UFC?
UCF.
Yeah, whatever. UCF, yeah. So, yeah, so he's got all that going on. And we are sunsetting this artwork with the last. Okay, we did something crazy. Squirrel or Die has never had one of these deluxe sets. Have you seen our deluxe sets before, Tim?
They're very fancy.
Did you show me one at Gen Con when we were sitting there at the table together?
Yes, one of these crazy
super
ones. Yeah, so we're doing one set of these, and we're doing the Squirrel or Die for the first time ever in this super chunky format, and that's going to be an add-on.
Yeah.
And then we have a very special, like, super backer bonus, a super backer add-on that's a once in a lifetime thing, and we have not announced that yet, but that is something to look at.
Only one.
We're selling a one thing, like
wow.
a one add-on thing.
It's a secret.
It's a secret. It's a secret. That's,
well, wait till next week then to see that.
You're like, that's insane, and it is insane. No one would do this. No, yeah. So there's one of the we're barely doing it.
Well, what's crazy to me is how much, and this has been said in the comments, but I want to reiterate it, is how clear it is that Fight in the Box loves their fans and their super fans. That's amazing. It's, it's one thing to like back like a Simon game or like, an Awakened Realms game on Game Found, but like those are massively huge publishers, blah, blah, blah. But to have you guys, right? Like indie pubs, doing what you guys do, it's insane. I love it. It's so endearing, like, I don't know what a better way, because here's the thing is, like, honestly, Seppy, I'll just use you as an example. You're right here in front of me. And no offense, Mark, because I know Seppy a little bit better. If I had met Seppy and never played any of his games, but I sat down let's just say I sat down at a booth at a convention and Seppy's like, this is processing. This is end of the line. I'd be like, I've never played these games. I want to play them. They sound insane. I love them. I want to buy them. Like, I want to give you my money because I love the themes, right? Even if, so just even your own passion, your ideas and all of that. And then you dig in like one layer lower and you see what you guys are actually trying to achieve. And you learn like some of the stories behind it. And you're like, holy shit. Well, yes, I want to be a part of this.
And you don't want to dig any lower than that.
That's where the leftovers are.
But I love it. I genuinely love it. Like, I feel so comfortable and at home with you guys, it's such a good feeling, right? And when you sit down at a game table, that's what you want. You know what I mean? There's nothing better than when you sit at a table with somebody you've never played a game with before and you instantly become friends. That is literally what you could say with Mike and I. Mike and I have messaged back and forth about some stuff before. Then we played a game together and I instantly knew that Mike was going to be one of my very good friends, if not one of my best friends, just from, playing games with him. It's not always reciprocated, that happens, but, you can go until the restraining order comes, and you can keep going.
Again?
But that's just one of the great things about board games, right? You can meet people by sitting down and playing a game with them. and you can just, it doesn't, and nothing else matters. I'm sitting down, I'm playing a game with person X, with person Y. Doesn't matter anything else, and we're having a great time together, and then you
That's the
5 more
core.
seconds and you get the stories, and you start sharing experiences.
Absolutely. You start with a core experience that of trust and that you like the person, and then you are open to the idea that they might be different and you want to know more things about them.
Right.
And then it's not an attack that they're sharing because you trust them and you like them. You already know them. It's great. I love that how you guys fell in love. That's fantastic for me. We'll talk more about it next week.
I know. I will let you go. I'm so sorry. We're doing the Midwestern goodbye. We've been you guys have been trying to go away for like a half an hour. I'm so sorry.
No, you guys are better. Thanks for having us on. See you next week for Night of the Necropede, and I'll see you next Wednesday for top 10. Oh, is it top 10 robots of all time or top 10 most important robots?
Seppy, you and I we're working on different parameters. So we will
Mine
say
are just going to be my favorite.
Yeah,
Okay,
Mike's going to be
favorite.
beep, boop, beep, and you and I are going like down a very specific lane.
Are we going to do a bracket where everybody has to battle bot their top,
Yeah.
Wow.
their top 10, like my 10 against your 10? We keep on going, and we see how many people's.
We could.
Thing that
the three idiots format,
right?
Maybe
that's it. We could steal that from the Hunger Gamer, right? And ask.
Yeah, we'll do a three idiots, most important or top.
Sell your robot.
You guys sell your own. I'm going to do a better job than Will did. Oh boy, it's a real problem. The betrayal by him and Mark Dainty. I just can't even believe they both love this game, and so does Mike. All three of them love the game. So Mark literally admitted to me in private messages, I had to take you out when I had a chance because you were going to bump my best pick out of the bracket if it came down to that solution. And I'm like,
Seppy, I've just been, for the first time, watching Succession, and I get it. I get it.
Why do you guys think that makes it okay? They literally chose race wars over female empowerment. It's not okay, damn it. All right, kids, I gotta go.
Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. It's been awesome, and thank you for being here. We'll see you next week.
See you guys next week. Bye.
It's been great. Thank you. Let's make this official and flip this table.
Let's do it. Flip the table, Mike.
Before they log out and I can't. Oh no, it said I couldn't.
Oh no.
Oh, I got disconnected before I got to flip the table.
God damn it, Mike. You had one job and that was to flip the table.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we're not going to do like a bunch of games and stuff tonight. We already did games. But thank you everybody for that tuned in to see Seppy and Mark. I think the people that know Seppy, they know him. You know what I mean? And I don't think that we can say enough how important the representation is there with Seppy and what he does for the community and who he is in the industry. He's hilarious. I challenge anyone to sit across the table from Seppy and play a game and have a bad time. I really do.
Right.
As you can see, he's a madman, and it's going to be great.
Lots of energy and a great attitude.
Dude, I mean, seriously. And just funny as hell. I mean, funny.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Just some of it. He kind of reminds me of like some of my favorite stand-up comics where there's just nothing off limits. You know what I mean? He's going to, he is there to connect with you, and you're just not going to have a choice. Yes, do what Bobby says, smash that like button. Mike, I thought Conquest Princess was pretty cool. I like the idea. I like the action selection. I like the concepts of the asymmetrical player abilities. I can't wait to see it at the more complex difficulties and like all the other decisions that you need to make.
Yeah, I mean, in all of the different ways you play those scenarios, I feel like there's a lot of replayability there around the basic core set of rules. I can see a lot of stuff I don't really know about that really changes things up dramatically.
So we'll talk about it more, but obviously everybody should in the comments. Mike shared the link to the Kickstarter so you could check out the preview page and be ready for it. But next week on February 6th, which I believe our next show, our live show, will be February 7th. Is that correct?
Yep. Yeah.
You're going to have an opportunity to check the game out. So you know, get in there, look at it. I'm seriously tempted to back it. I mean, the quality of the components are just freaking insane. You heard the tiles, Mike, right? I mean, he's in there.
Yes. Yeah.
With that big bag and the tiles, and the way that you bag build is really interesting because you're seeding the bag there, you know, and you've got to maybe move to areas that may not be optimal because you want to get those good tiles in the bag, right? I mean, I see that being in future turns, or not turns, but future missions, right? You know, and stuff. And so
that's going to become really important as it gets more difficult.
So it's going to make a really, really interesting going forward and checking out those new scenarios. And Kim, I'm so freaking jealous. I'm really glad you're here. I'm so freaking jealous. Cool. And if anybody doesn't know Tabletop Rebellion, you need to check out Kim and Jim Breeze. You thought West was a good human being. Well, you haven't met Kim Breeze and her husband, Jim. They are both angels and wonderful peoples. Justin, good to see you, brother. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Tonight's show was a little different than normal because we were doing the Tabletop Simulator live play. You know, as you could kind of see a demo of how it's played. There's tons of demos on how Conquest Princess is played. So check those out if you've got questions. We're going to be talking about the game. I thought it was cool. It came very highly recommended to us from multiple sources, one of them being Wes Todd, who is a personal friend of ours. And we take what he says, you know, like his opinion carries a lot of weight. So when he comes in and says, oh, guys, he is way more knowledgeable, you know, and his tastes are way more refined in games than mine personally. And so when he comes in saying something, I listen, I look at it, and yeah, he came in pretty hot with that one. So, oh, and yeah, look at that.
Cool. Nice.
Look at that. So you need to be watching Tabletop Rebellion if you're not. And then real quick before we sign off, I'll just shout out some of our other friends of the show, right? So check out the Beans and Rice podcast. They go live on YouTube.
Beans and Dice.
Beans and Dice. Son of a bitch.
It's not Beans and Rice until I'm on it, Tim.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, then it would change it. Beans and Dice on Thursdays. They do a call-in show. Check it out. I've called in. I know it works. I will testify to that. If you call in, they'll give you like 10 minutes. You talk about whatever you want. Board game related. Don't get crazy. But yeah, do that. Check out Board Game Mechanics. They're awesome and wonderful. They have a podcast and they do live streams as well every once in a while. If you follow them on Facebook, they'll play games on live. That's Jason and Katie, and they're pretty okay.
They're awesome.
That's by their standards. They're actually awesome. Spoiler alert. And then definitely check out what Tabletop Rebellion's doing, because you think, here's the thing about people like Kim and West and Jason and even Wayne, right? From Beans and Dice, because he's the one that I've like talked to personally. These people are so nice. You're like, they actually can't be that nice. No, spoiler alert. They're that nice. They're that cool. They're that wonderful. So go check them out. Talk to them, hang out with them. Your tastes may be different, but they're going to be able to engage in a conversation with you about it that's at least interesting, you know, and then you can kind of learn some stuff. And yeah, Justin's rubbing it in to West because West is a Ravens fan. That now Justin's a Steelers fan, so calm down. Ravens made it a little farther. And the Ravens aren't even really like a Baltimore team because they're the original Indiana team, which is why I don't like the Colts, which is Mr. Mike Rice's team.
No, the Ravens used to be the Browns. But yes, Baltimore moved their team to Indy
in the middle of the night.
The currently existing Ravens used to be the Browns.
Yes, you are correct. Except they did it in a different way. Didn't they take like a year off? Didn't the Browns go away?
Yeah. When they just became the Ravens, and then there were like no Browns for a year or two.
It's kind of like the Oilers turning into the Tennessee Titans, right?
Yeah. Kind
of like that. And like oddly enough, if you want to change sports, but like the Utah Jazz, and it's like, oh, is Utah known for its jazz scene? No, but St. Louis was.
No, wait, is California known for all the lakes? No,
that was Minnesota.
Minnesota.
So weird, so crazy. But yeah, anyways, we could go. Mike and I could do our own sports show. But nobody would watch but Mike and I, and that's fine.
No.
I'd be good with that. Mike and I will just save all our sports commentary for our private messages back and forth.
Yes.
Which we send daily. But you guys are the best. Thank you so much for being here. Next week, we're going to do a top 10. We're going to do top 10 robots. We're going to have Seppy back on. That show's going to be wild. I'm just going to warn you. That show's going to be wild because Mike and Seppy and I usually don't have much of a filter, and we can play nice when we need to, but like when we kind of like feed into each other, it goes all over the place, which is one of the reasons why I love Mike and doing the show with Mike is because Mike unfortunately gets my very dark sense of humor, and Seppy is going to fit right into there like perfectly. And yeah, I think we need to do Celebration Donuts.
Yes.
Well, now, Kim, I'll forgive you. We call them Victory Donuts, but we'll call them Celebration Donuts for having who we have. I'm going to throw the hearts up one more time. But yeah, this is going to be a shorter stream tonight. Next week, who the hell knows what's going to happen?
Who knows?
But yeah, we're going to just start saving our energy for that.
And they get nuts.
It's going to get nuts. I cannot wait. Mike, you're the best, dude. Thank you for helping run TTS tonight. It's our first time doing it. Let us know what you think. How did that go? Sorry, Donnie. I know. Shorter stream tonight. We had Seppy on. Trust me, next week's going to be bananas. We're not going to go there. Oh, Kim, bless your heart so much. I love you, Kim. You're the best. Kim and Jim, seriously, if you're ever at a convention where they're at, just say hi to them. They are wonderful people. It's unreal how nice they are. And they're genuine. It's crazy. I love that there's people in this hobby that are as amazing as them. So I'll give a little bit of context real quick. My family, when Notre Dame wins a game, we go buy Victory Donuts. And then my daughter, who used to eat donuts, but now she's decided she's super picky, we just get her a baguette because she likes plain bread. But I know that Kim pays attention to my Facebook because she knows that. So just tells you how sweet of a human being she is. All right, Mike, I'm going to stop with the Midwestern goodbyes. What do you got before we go?
Not much. Wait till you see my wild robot picks. There will be several from cartoons and video games. And no old droids because I didn't grow up watching Star Wars, but that doesn't mean you won't hear about some new droids. Spoiler.
Dude, I'm excited. I really am looking forward to your list, and I'm staying away from things that I think might be on your list. Just so, because you know me, my lists are arbitrary. I don't want crossover. I want to go wild with it. And I know with somebody like Seppy, we're going to go weird, and we might even like try to outdo each other and have like some crazy crossover by accident. But no, also, dude, Mike, you're a wonderful sport for indulging us on that list. So I appreciate that.
I'm ready.
And AJ, my top three could be MST3K robots. If you want to go Crow, Tom Servo, and Gypsy in no particular order. I don't expect Mike to get that reference, but maybe. No. Okay. That's cool. But anyways, yeah. So tune in next week for like the madness that is over there. And because we're gonna do that, we're gonna run all that back, and we're gonna have a ton of fun, crazy things to talk about. I'm very excited about it. What's wild, Mike, is we do a board game channel, and while we might have board game people on, our lists are not always board games. And
no,
that's something really fun that we get to do here. I mean, it's our show. We do what we want, right?
Right. Yes.
So anyways, guys, please check out Conquest Princess. It's coming out. If you're watching this live or relatively live, this will be in the first week of February. There are links in the comments. Go see it. Check it out. This is your opportunity to not only get the expansion, but to get in on the base game. And it sounds like they've got some other potential add-ons that are lurking around in there. And if you've got any questions or need any clarifying stuff, hit us up in the Discord. Mike and I are there. Reach out to us. We're happy to talk to you. And one last thing real quick. If you are in the Indiana, Michiana, Illinois area and you're going to PoppyCon on Saturday, I believe it is $20 a ticket in South Bend, Indiana. Mike and Bob and I are going to be there for pretty much, I believe, like most of the time, most of the day. So if you're going to be there, let us know. Hit us up in the Discord. Come find us. I believe we will be wearing Board Game Rundown shirts, something to represent that we are from Board Game Rundown. Come find us. Ask us to play a game. I might give you something for free if you show up. I'm just saying. But let's hang out. We want to play games with you. We want to meet you. We want to talk to you. Mike, all right. I'm done talking. You got anything else? That's the last time. Wait, are you muted? Mike's muted. I can't hear him.
Yeah, because
okay.
I cough and I try to mute those. Yeah, come to PoppyCon in South Bend, Indiana. Come play games with us. Come see us next week when we're doing top 10 robots, because that's just going to get wild and crazy.
Yes.
In 2 weeks, we will probably finish finally our top 100. Finishing on our live stream should be 51 to 60. That's assuming we don't have a guest. So it's our kind of backup content in the event we don't have someone else on the show.
Yes.
So yeah, John. No disassemble.
No disassemble. How crazy
Johnny
is it?
5 is alive.
Mike, do you know? Okay, do you remember Short Circuit, the movie, a little bit?
Yes.
Do you remember the Indian guy from Short Circuit?
Yes.
Do you know
that is Balki Batakamus?
No. Nope. His name was Fisher Stevens.
Okay.
He was married to Michelle Pfeiffer for a long time in the 80s. You know who Michelle Pfeiffer is, right?
Yes.
Do you know that dude is not Indian?
Really?
He's not even like brown skin.
Oh yeah, his name doesn't even sound like it.
No. It's so bad. It's so bad.
No, 80s, Tim. Is what that is.
It's a whole different.
I know you don't get real Indian people to play Indians.
No, you do
Tim.
not.
What do you?
No, you do not. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Oh yeah, Donnie's here for it. We know Donnie's here for it.
I've been thinking about whether I have to use that on my list. I'm trying not to. Johnny Five, that is.
Yeah. I listen.
did watch that one a lot when I was a kid, so I'll just say
I
that.
loved Ali Sheedy and Steve Gutenberg and everybody involved in not only Short Circuit 1, but even Short Circuit 2, which is more of a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyways, Mike, I cannot wait for that list. I know you've already been working on it, and
Yes.
my problem is if I start writing down stuff now, I'm gonna have so many things crossed out and rewritten that are just I'm nervous to even start on my list. I'm not gonna lie.
Just want to say that movie does nothing for me. I know a lot of people love Wall-E. I hope it gets brought up next week so I can tell you why I don't like that one.
Confession,
anyway.
never seen Wall-E. I'm aware of it. I know everything about it,
Yeah.
but I've never seen it.
Yeah, you're not missing anything unless you're a big fan of Robot Noises, the movie. So, I know a lot of people enjoy it. I was like, really? We're just going to make robot noises the whole time? That's all we're doing? That's what we're doing? Okay.
I love it. That's fantastic.
Anyway.
All right.
I like to overgeneralize things.
Yeah, hell yeah. Why not? Why not? Guys, thank you so much for being here. And thank you for checking out the Tabletop Simulator. Mike, thank you for running Tabletop Simulator for us tonight and all the other things that you do on a daily and weekly bonus basis for the show. For the Board Game Rundown, I've been Tim.
That was Mike.
Woo! We will see you next time.
Goofy outro. See ya.
We'll see you guys.
Good
next
job,
time.
Stonemeyer.
A 7.3 repeating. Heating.